Alright, motherfucker, listen up. This is for the fucking homies steady giving no fucks. If you wanna join the party, put your middle fingers up. And when the music fucking hits, you better jump.
Sixes and wipe your ass down. I know niggas out lurking right now. I know niggas pockets hurting right now. I know niggas that got birds and brick houses. Still a catch on sixes and wipe your ass down. Hoes bring hoes out. And 25 to L bring a snitch out of a nigga. A chopper with a drum bring a bitch out of a nigga. You ain't never heard about me, better ask about a pistol. I was raised in the jungle. Got it straight out the mud. Where I'm from, it ain't no crips and bloods. It's just clicks and thugs. Keep a Glock clip full with slugs. And if I ever hold a nigga, better get it in blood. Ain't with that whole shit and I ain't with that wrestling tongues. I'm cutthroat bitch and kill some and go on the run. I know my time ain't gonna be long for all the shit that I done. But till then I'm getting
Let's see how I land on my feet, Mr. Louis Gossett Jr. Ah! Ah! You got to do this, you got to do it, 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 you got to do it again, you got to do it again, we can do this. We can do this, we can do this. This is it. We done? We done? I'm not quitting my job because niggas fucking destroyed my platform. I'm not bad at my job. I'm not bad at my job. I'm not quitting my job. I'm not quitting my dreams because other people can't do.
How the fuck are y'all doing in this bitch? How the fuck y'all doing, man? Good fucking evening. Welcome to AggressiveDefiance TV. Let me shut this thing off, man. I'm like... That's a little better. I gotta figure out how to, I got to, figure that bullshit out. I gotta get my DMX working. How the fuck y'all doing, man? We're gonna get on a few things today because there's a lot of shit going on here that just is foul. You see, we got a guy, and we all know this guy goes by the name of BBN. We're gonna label ourselves the BBN killers. Yes, it's a beautiful statement. Jack Frost, we are going to kill that channel, sir. You are out of here. Man, look, like the title said, y'all, there's a lot of narratives going around. It's a little weird looking, I think. But one is Taxstone is a stalker. I don't remember seeing Taxstone charged for stalking Jack Frost. You're just pushing your narrative because it fits with you. Number two, where the fuck do you see a fucking guilty plea hidden or sealed? See, you're trying to act like you got the information from Whack 100 because you know you watched us over here and you've seen me go through it. You've seen me put the man's name in. You've seen it show him on the Rico. It's just, you know, we knew this was going to happen with BBN as soon as the case was over. But what did we get? As soon as the fucking case was over, what the fuck did we get? BBN back on his gossip bullshit every fucking time. Every fucking time. Shout out.
I ain't playing with shit, I'm too fucking old. Them little boys waited years to retaliate. Took a shot to my leg and I'm proud to say, couple months he was dead, I ain't trying to play. Bitch, we ain't for the head, who gon' die today? You gon' die since you can't return my mistake. Jack can click with whoever is killer season. Steady pouring up drink like my liver need. What I say in my verse, bitch, I...
Whoa. Man, oh man, oh man. How the fuck are you, Net Stars? How are you, Jay Hodges? I see you, Wookie. What's poppin', man? 3 demons in this motherfucker. And we got the Stream Elements bot running. All right. Now, it bothers me because of what we see in Jack Frost, right? Just fucking ultimately just an idiot. Just an idiot. He comes on here and he gives us the same lie about every 2 months. He'll be moving to California or Atlanta or fucking... Oh, no. He's got to wait to find out, don't he? It's all weird. It's why you don't need to do that, bro. Like, there is no reason to do it. And Willie, stop commenting under people's fucking names, you weird ass dude. I don't care if you don't like me talking about BBN. Don't watch, motherfucker. Get off my dick. It's that simple. I've never seen a man in my entire life be so hooked on the attention of another man. They must do that where you from, because I ain't never seen this shit in my life, man. Matter of fact, my homeboys probably tell you, get lost, bro. Fuck you doing? Keep bothering me. Get fucking lost. All right. Yeah, we're going to get right into this, Jack, because we know you on some fuck shit. Nah, fuck your like button. Fuck your like button. Salute to the motherfucking Front Street that just joined us. I hate people that push narratives, right? Like, there shouldn't be a narrative behind what the fuck you're saying. Just say it. Oh, that's right, because you really didn't hear that. You really never seen that anywhere. And Whack didn't tell you that.
I really would appreciate it.
It's that simple.
We had 8 people in here waiting, but we only got 1 like. So 80 I was waiting, but only 1 of y'all threw my head. Shout out to that shit. In any regard, we have a couple of things I want to talk about today. I want to be clear.
NAP.
We are gonna talk about. Obviously, we're still talking about Casino, Troy Ave.
And
I have
something for y'all.
Something to really point out. I pointed it out previously, and then I saw somebody comment on this, and I thought that this was really interesting. So we're gonna be talking about Troy Ave, Taxstone still. Obviously, there was a situation in Tennessee. I don't want to get the channel all effed up and blocked out because I'm talking about things I'm not supposed to be talking about once again. But I do have a quick comment on that. It's going to not be but so much. And I want to talk about gun prevention and or the different situation that's going on in America, just so we I don't want to get the channel all effed up and blocked out because I'm talking about things I'm not supposed to be talking about once again.
No.
But I do have
Jack, there is no special rules for you when you say something that they don't like. There is no special rules for you when you up and become demonetized because you said something. Sorry, bro. It's either a strike or that's it. That's it. You was buying subscribers, homie, buying views, homie. You got to get rid of them in order to get your shit back. It's not that hard.
Comment on that. It's gonna not be butt so much. And I want to talk about gun prevention and or a different situation that's going on in America, just so we can be clear. So yes, and I want to know what stories, what cases you think we should cover.
Can't even figure these things out on his own.
In New York City, specifically in New York City.
Directory, sir. There's a whole internet out there, Jack. You can find out a case for yourself, sir. Oh, that's right. You want the people to do it for you. Hey, you know, you got to take some and win one, right? And I come prepared tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
There's a reason for that, because we
fuck up. Ooh,
there might be some changes coming soon.
Jack Frost.
There might be some changes coming soon to our.
In other words,
what we're doing over here, there might be some changes coming soon. I expect some changes.
Right.
Really soon.
Open. I commented and was able to remove it.
No,
because when you're in the
graveyard, intents and purposes,
you can.
It seems to be there's some people that really appreciate
like if they come up, but no one else can see them. I do know that. I'm not sure if it's open or not. When he opens the graveyard, he doesn't let me out because he knows my name in there.
What I'm doing over here, what we're doing over here, and
salute to that shit, man.
They would love to be a part of what we're doing.
Nobody
we'll see what happens in the future with that. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know but we'll see what happens in the future.
Nobody.
With that, just so we can say. But we're also going to talk about something
so I backed you up off that with the video I posted. Shout out to Tighten Up TV for all the tea with that. It shut you the fuck up, didn't it? I wish that's all it took, bud. I wish that's all it took. But let's get into this.
That happened with Fetty Wap, because I think that there's a misunderstanding. I want to be clear about this, and I'm going to lead off with this real quick.
Off with it, Jack.
But I want to be clear about this. I don't watch Whack 100 at all. I don't listen to nothing that they do over there. Sometimes you guys send me Whack 100 content.
I don't ever said anything about Whack 100. See, that's the funny thing. You're trying to throw it off on something that ain't nobody even say. No one said Jack got it from Whack 100. No, that's just his pass off. Because Whack ain't even talking about Fetty Wap right now. He's got a bigger problem on his hand. J Diggs wants a piece of him. and guess what? J Diggs has kind of sunk his teeth in like I have on you. So he's going to get a piece of Whack. That's what happens to these fucking people.
I don't even listen to it. I'm not going to lie to you. I will only listen to Whack 100 content when somebody is sending it to me, and it's because it's funny. I'm never going to listen to Whack 100 content when you send it to me and because you think he's informing me.
You didn't get that.
I haven't heard Whack 100 make
about Whack, and now you're saying
show about something I did not already know yet. Unless he just flat out lied. 100%. And in those cases, obviously, I don't know it because it's not something to know. It's just a damn lie. So I have not ever, I want to be clear on this. I have not ever seen Whack 100 speak on something that I didn't already know about, whether it was the truth or whether it was a lie. Not
when
ever.
Did we say this?
So there is no reason to ever think that I'm watching Whack 100 content.
When I'm not hating on Whack 100 over here.
I know, I understand what they're doing over there.
I said,
I understand that the people who are backing Whack 100, this is I understand what they're doing over there, and I am in no way hating. I just want to be clear on this. I'm not hating on Whack 100, not even in the slightest.
Tricky.
There is a
now we got it, baby.
Audience for what he's creating.
Little toast teeth.
So he's serving a purpose. Just so we can be clear.
I don't know how fast it's gonna
he's 100% serving a purpose.
Like a whole song.
I want to be clear on that. Another thing I want to mention real quick, and I want to say something. It has to do with the jail system. So apparently, the inmates is getting phones into these jails and they're filming what they're doing.
Oh, well.
So they have a jail system where they just had a report done on them because the inmates
that
getting
Whack's fucking house.
Steaks
That's true, bro.
and all types of different food that is being brought into them
I think
by the people who work at the facility
really wasn't nobody.
Correct.
Like,
from the people that work at the facility, a whole bunch of different types of food, a whole bunch of different everything. And now they're complaining that the inmates getting food brought to them by the people who work there. And this is what I have to say. This is coming from a person who I've spent time locked up in different jails. I've been locked up in jail before. It is what it is. In different states and in New York City. And I'm going to say this with all clarity. I've never been in prison.
For years. Nothing you ever did was wrong. You never did anything wrong for years. Now you just think you can ultimately just start admitting it, right? Because guess what? We busted your bitch ass out. That right there proves that you are a liar. He doesn't even get it.
But I'll say this with all clarity, and I want you to understand this. These food that they're giving these prisoners is not sustained. It's not. They're not giving prisoners good food.
I'll give you that, Jack, but you still don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'll give you the food ain't good by no means, okay? But you do understand that they go by a calorie intake. You understand that, right? They're just not feeding people whatever they want, bro. Them meals are planned out, and they all have a calorie intake that they have to meet, Jack. They have to meet it. God, you're an idiot.
Decent enough portions.
It's not enough portions.
When you see a person go to jail and they get big, that's because they at the commissary.
No, it ain't.
Now, why am I saying
people
this?
Get big in prison, Jack? Because you don't smoke cigarettes as often. You don't smoke dope as often. You ain't a fucking drunk in there. You fucking exercise. You eat 3 meals a day. You get all your rest. Bro, prison preserves you, man. It makes your life inside your body better. I don't give a fuck who you are, whether you got commissary or not.
I'm saying this because one of the reasons why I believe that they don't give good food in prison is to force people to have to go to the commissary. I'm going to say this again.
You are a dummy. To force people to go to commissary? You think that's the agenda? No, I think they give people shit food to bring down the price of things some, bub. Okay? These guys make up these big, giant things.
They're making money off the backs
really
of people who are literally locked up in jail 3 or 4 times over. First of all, they get paid to have them in most of these jails because most of these jails is privately owned.
They all get paid for people being in prison, Jack. They all do. Not just the private ones, all of them.
So the government is paying them to have them in these jails, just so we can be clear.
Isn't behind everything, Jack. A lot of this is state.
Besides the fact that they're being paid to put in jails, many of these jails produce products. There's much clothes made in jails.
Absolutely.
Soaps made in jails. They rent the jails out to people in the corporations in the community to build roads and everything else. They're making money off of these prisoners.
I'm sorry.
3 times over. Not only are they making money off of these prisoners in that manner, but also they're bringing in shitty food. So now these prisoners have to have people from the outside send them money so they could go to the commissary. So they're making so much money off of these prisoners. And they can't even give them good food. I'm going to tell you some funny shit.
To prison because you were doing good in society, Jack?
I forgot what show it was.
So that you can eat,
but there was some show or some movie that I was watching.
It is a fucking...
They was literally giving the prisoners good food
because you have committed
the prisoners also, it was a work colony type place.
They all work colonies,
so if you give them good food, they'll be able to work harder. So I'm saying all of that to say this.
Just live on a fucking...
I don't want you to stop the people from bringing in food to the prisoners before y'all start giving people in prison better food. Why in the hell do we have grown-ass men that's 5'9", 180 pounds getting the same portions as somebody who's 6'7", 300 pounds?
I would blow your mind.
6'5", 250
about
pounds.
3 times.
And then you wonder why so much violence is also
get you when you
erupting.
get older. You're going to get old. You're going to get
People were in there literally trying to survive.
Tell.
I know they did crimes. I know they got to spend their time in prison. But there's a thing in our Constitution that says that you can't subject a prisoner to torture, basically.
What do you call 24-hour lights on?
That says that you can't subject prisoners, people who are in prison, to torture. That it can't be that whatever their punishment is, it can't be unreasonable. I think starving a motherfucker is unreasonable. Just so we could be clear.
You think what?
Let's do roll call and get to the shit. That says that you can't subject prisoners, people who are in prison, to torture. That it can't be that whatever their punishment is, it can't be unreasonable. I think starving a motherfucker is unreasonable.
We're not starving you. You get 3 meals a day.
Just so we can be clear.
To sleep, and all of that shit is done by calorie.
Let's do roll call and get to the show.
Calorie intake. They know how many calories they have to give you, and they before the show started.
Problematics at next cake should be K Fly.
But no one's in there starving.
I'm going to talk about the K Fly shit in 2 seconds. Then you drop some Frost, say K Fly Nines, EBK trial for sure, unless a Trump indictment happens soon, because that's way bigger. I'm going to say something real quick. If we do the Trump indictment, our channel is going to be blocked like hell. So I'm going to need mofos to pull up.
Jackaroo.
I'm going to need mofos to pull up like a motherfucker. In our Cash App, in our PayPal, and our Super Chat is back. I'm going to need people to pull up like hell if y'all want me to cover Trump. Because once I start covering, I don't even want to say his name too many times. Y'all know once I start covering that guy, what's going to happen, right? YouTube is going to put us on block. We're going to be the only people able to see the show.
Oh.
So if y'all want me to start covering shit like that is going to fuck up the channel, I'm going to need people to pull up with support. I'm going to need people to go buy merch.
Yeah, I'm going to show y'all.
I'm going to need people to share the video. I'm going to need people to start importing other mother effers.
I got you, motherfucker.
Because at the end of the day, every time I cover one of those stories that y'all want me to cover and that I love covering so much, and it has the political impact.
Every time you cover these stories, because they're political,
I'm not a person that says what everybody wants me to say. I say what I feel like saying. I say what I believe God wants me to say.
When I cover,
I don't say what people want me to say.
You are in the land of delusion, my friend.
Don't forget that part.
You are in the land of
delusion. Shout out to Ed Tenny, says morning salute. Lump's Kitchen, whatever. Says young bulls ain't playing. Be safe with the flock joint. Yeah, it is what it is. Look, it is what it is. Godspeed. Shout out to Soul Brother Salute. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope everything's going well with you and yours. Shout out to Kim's reaction show. She said, "Good morning, Jack Frost. Good morning, you baby girl. Hope everything is going well with you and yours." Shout out to CJ James. Says, "What you think about that Mano said on Angela Yee yesterday about Tax and Troy situation?"
Getting out of here. Somebody sent it to me, right? Got you, pimp. This dude's now controlling narratives as if Taxstone was convicted of stalking anybody. And Fetty Wap, those of us that were in here last night seen, there is nothing sealed on Fetty Wap's case. And why do they seal those cases, man? Because it's Fed, stupid. It's Fed, stupid.
Let's play what Mano said. Oh, shoot. I don't got our freaking mic is all the way over here. Y'all was still able to hear me. Listen to that. Let's play what Mano said real quick. Got a quick question. Put this in the chat. So the other day I was telling somebody off about some shit, right? And I was right about it. Just so
it kind of went to shit.
So I'm telling the person off about some shit. Some other person that I wasn't telling off, that was just there, some chick, she started fixing her clothes. What does that mean? I'm curious. Because I'm telling
Bro, you don't understand what the fuck women do when they look at your like body language. You don't get this? I'm very hard to believe that Jack was ever even with a woman before. Oh, that's right. He's got a kid. Well, you sealed that.
Telling the person off, and I'm in the right, just so we can be clear. I am in the right. And so
you're always in the right, there, Jack Frost. You're always in the right.
That was there. And while I'm telling the person off, she starts fixing her clothes and her hair. What the hell does that mean?
Absolutely.
But I don't know. I don't know,
Jack.
Anyway, hold on.
Can't it be just
Let me find this clip.
Can't it be just nothing?
No, you were here for this whole situation.
Right.
Taxstone versus Troy Ave. Taxstone has been found guilty of shooting and killing Troy Ave's bodyguard Banger. And that was during a T.I. concert in 2016 at Irving Plaza. You were there that night,
I was there. It happened in the dressing room that I was occupying with me and Uncle Murder. We was performing that night, or we was set to perform that night.
I think I know what it is.
That is that I just
you know what? Jack is starting to see the court of public opinion taking Taxstone's side on this, and he's gonna have to keep driving that fucking stalking shit home. That's what Jack's doing.
Agree with the narrative that's been
Jack's
put out there.
See, tough guy.
You know, Taxstone was there to try to look for a problem. Taxstone was actually there. That man was there chilling, right? That man was there, chilling, enjoying the moment. And you know, these other dudes came in there looking for a problem. These other dudes came in there with that energy, looking to try to have a moment, and the moment just didn't go their way. So I mean, I just have
the moment didn't go their way.
Narrative of becoming a victim after you tried to be
then Jack says, well,
all right, well, the one thing for Taxstone is that it was not first-degree murder.
They got records too,
that he ended up getting charged with.
Shout out to Taxstone.
How credible are they going to be?
Manslaughter, right?
Right.
So yeah, and I think Troy Ave is, very happy about this whole situation.
Right. Have you spoke to Taxstone, or you have been in contact with him at all?
Throughout the time, somewhat, yeah, definitely. But I mean, my whole thing is this though, like how you out here celebrating,
a lot of work.
No, you were here for this whole situation.
That shit sounds like shit when he puts it on.
Shooting and killing Troy Ave.
I'm gonna say this once again, and I'm not gonna move off of this because this is the way that I feel about this. But I'm gonna say this once again. For everybody that was there, saw what happened, and they didn't help Taxstone out. And if Taxstone is 100% in the right, and the story and the narrative that's been put out there is incorrect, I don't really want to hear y'all. And this is no disrespect. I'm not coming at Mano. I'm not coming at nobody else. I'm just saying something that I feel is factual.
How are you able to prove this?
I understand niggas can't get on the stand.
He was convicted of manslaughter, not murder. What do you not get, Frost? He beat the murder and blew to a manslaughter, Pimp. What do you not understand? He was provoked into shooting someone.
And understand dudes don't want to snitch. But as long as y'all guys don't never want to get on the stand, as long as y'all guys don't never want to...
How do you know they never wanted to be on the stand, Jack? How do you know that they weren't called? How do you know that Taxstone said, no, don't bring those dudes, man, because they're not very credible. They have felonies with guns. Oh, yeah, that's right, huh, Jack? You need your witnesses to be credible.
Be snitches, never want to get on the stand. That means that you can never help your friends
He did the whole...
So that means that try to encourage. That means that you don't want to fight with them when the shit happens to prevent the thing from happening. And if something happens and they get accused of a crime that they didn't do, you also aren't going to take the stand. I want to be clear on this. I'm not going at Mano. There was a ton of people there.
You don't know why.
There was people there that ain't rappers.
Now you're just
there was
gossiping.
People there that ain't in the music industry. There was people there
you tell
that
your
they
friends
could have taken
That's
if
right.
this situation
right.
with
Nobody's
Taxstone
listening.
has been misrepresented. There were people there that could speak out. They chose not to. Now,
speak out. They have been
from multiple different sources that those guys forget what happened in court for 1 second.
What?
I've heard from multiple.
Forget what happened in court. Listen what he does here.
Different sources that Troy Ave and his people came in.
You heard from a few different sources. You always do that. You have no fucking sources, Jack Frost. You have none. I thought maybe you might have had a source or two, upon the ending of this trial, but I'm realizing the fact is nobody fucks with you, bro. Nobody. And you take the trolls in your chat that act like people and you just use them as if they are real fucking people.
They were the aggressive people.
Crazy,
that
bro.
They came in and they created
the problem. This dude all the way.
I've heard that from multiple sources.
Okay, move on.
I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying it's not true. But what I am saying is, all of these people that keep saying that that's what happened, none of you guys helped Taxstone when the fight was happening, except for Casanova, just so we can be clear. And none of you helped Taxstone when the trial was happening. I just want to be clear on this.
All the fucking toughness in the world.
If y'all got anything, comments on that, put it down in the chat. Shout out to Rich Franklin. It says, what's good in my opinion, prison shouldn't be a boot camp.
No, you shouldn't go to what I'm saying prison,
is
man.
Just so we can be clear about the comments on prison is that
it's all my fucking fault. No one else.
You shouldn't be able to starve people in prison, especially knowing that some people are in jail or in prison
while you're there,
and they're innocent.
Supposed to bitch
especially knowing that not everybody in prison is there for horrible crimes. Some people just got caught up in the wrong place doing the wrong thing.
New York City Department.
They just didn't have good enough lawyers.
What that means,
or they didn't have evidence that was allowed into the case.
Indiana Department of Corrections,
or maybe they just had terrible jurors.
That would be the state penitentiary.
There's so many people being let out of prison nowadays because they were actually innocent. Shout out to Tiandre Willis Sr. Salute. This is Grand Rising. I haven't seen you in a while. Hope everything is going well with you and yours. This is Grand Rising. Good people. Grand Rising. Problematic says, I heard all license plates in New York City are made by inmates up in Albany. I thought all license plates in general.
They watch a few movies. To
be honest with you.
And now everyone makes
Rich Franklin Morning. What up, Bear?
Creates license plates.
Quite possibly. Movies, I mean, quite possibly. Remember, I'm covering cases and that.
Oh man, covering cases.
I'm covering cases.
Pay attention.
That, to be perfectly honest with you, remember, everybody say Jack Frost is a pussy and a suck and all this other weirdo shit. But I'm covering these cases where I'm in the courtroom at times with some real N-word.
Hold on. Now we're getting tough. Because while you were in that courtroom, remember, you didn't say none of those things about Taxstone. We just made it up. We just cut your videos up, didn't we, Frost? And now you want to be tough. In court where they can't do anything to you. Because any other time, you watching that ass out. You watching that ass. It's popping that stars. Liberty, how you doing, brother?
Did he just say that fucking people used to think about him like that?
Yeah.
No, people still think about him like a weirdo.
I think so too. Fucked up.
What's up, y'all?
Crazy, bro. I didn't say anything about that dude, man.
First of all, are we forgetting that this is the guy that was fucking trying to hit on a little girl in his own community?
Ooh. Just a week before this trial.
Hold on, man. Where did all this go? Are we forgetting that this guy had a whole problem with a bunch of teenage boys because he was trying to hit on a little girl?
And out of nowhere, he got 1,000 people over there.
That's right. But they don't.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
They don't know that this guy is out here like totally fucking talking about, yo, people are stalking me, but he's hitting on little girls.
What do people not like when you first subscribe to somebody? Do you not go back and look at the videos?
Go to Front Street with Liberty. Gotcha. On my shorts, you'll see this dude say,
up on your shorts, bro.
You'll see this guy say that out of his own mouth, man.
Emma Tilly.
He has a problem with hitting on little girls. This guy likes
Matil.
He said there's a couple little teenagers that'll still fuck with him. Out of his own mouth, man.
Didn't he say something like they're trying to Emma me or some shit?
Yeah, they was trying to Emmett Till him.
Yeah.
Because he hit on some little girl, and now these guys wanted to kill him.
You know what? Liberty, I kind of forgot about it.
I can't believe that Troy Ave fucks with the dude of this caliber. But hold on. Look who we're talking about, man. It's Troy Ave, man. Hold up, man. Let's really talk about it. Everybody's talking about Taxstone's a snitch. They're both snitching, bro. They're both talking. Everybody's talking in that court case except for, you know who? The other 96 fucking people that was in the room. None of them said
nobody
nothing.
from that fucking room came.
You know what I mean? How come 96 other people ain't saying shit? But the only people are talking is people on the defendant side and people on the prosecution side. And we're calling everybody snitches except for...
Well, they said Taxstone wrote a letter, and that was snitching. Taxstone didn't write no fucking letter.
That was
the judge simply case lawed it. I mean, the attorney said, you got my man locked up, and you didn't give him a bond, but you gave that guy a bond. Yeah. It's just what a lawyer does.
Regardless. They're everybody's talking. Rightfully.
Oh, they're talking. I'm sure of it, dude. You're talking about man life here, dude.
That's funny how everybody in this culture uses that snitch term so freely. But everybody over here is talking. Everybody's talking, bro. The prosecutor.
Yeah, there's not been one time that snitch didn't, except for Bobby Shmurda.
Bro.
That was it.
Bobby Shmurda held it down for his team.
That's the only one, though, that we can name right out.
Like, even if you look at it, people are all like, people in hip-hop reference that mafia lifestyle so much, but even in the mafia, bro, there's hella fucking snitches. Everybody's talking. Stop it with this narrative that nobody's talking.
Okay, do you think it's okay then, Liberty, or do you think it's still fucking wrong to do to somebody?
I'm not an active gangbanger.
Well, I mean, you still understand the snitching thing, though, right? Like,
yo, no, if you're out there fucking calling people snitches, then you probably shouldn't be doing the same thing, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can't take out your trash before I take out my own trash, bro.
Yeah, it's like me knocking on your door. You mean take out your trash?
Yeah, that don't make no sense, bro. Take out your own trash first.
Yeah, I know. Get the skeletons out of your front porch.
Yeah, bro. Troy Ave is like, that motherfucker snitching. And he said that while he was sitting on the stand. That don't make no sense. That
was telling what he did.
He told.
No matter how he looks at it.
He told. They told. Everybody told.
Taxstone.
Everybody told. Even Casanova told. He didn't mean to. Poor Casanova. Casanova sitting in jail like, God damn, I got murdered.
You know what was weird to me, Liberty? That whole thing with the Casanova and the taps and all that. I was watching Zip with the Drip, man. He said that Malcolm dude come from on the stand and told him about Taxstone saying something to him in jail about the case. That's what kind of threw me off a little.
They're all telling. Bro, have you ever okay, look. You got
you and saying, man, he dumped off.
Kids,
that ain't
right?
telling.
You got kids. I got kids. We all got kids.
I'm not going nowhere.
This is like when you pull up to pick up your kids at daycare and they're all in the sandbox telling on each other.
Yep.
And everybody's talking about, I'm not tattletelling.
I'm not telling my dad to whoop me.
Yeah, while he's pointing the fingers.
It's taught at a very young age, ain't it?
It's crazy.
You're taught not to tattletale at a very young age. I don't think snitch. Look, man, like if you pop somebody and I jump in your car and you get pulled over and go to jail and they say, I'm with you. I'm like, hold up.
People
that's not snitching.
You know what snitching is?
That's not snitching, man.
Snitching is me and you are doing something together.
We both know well about it.
We get pulled over and right away, that's his. That ain't mine. That's his.
Well, we always had the law. No, you get in the car dirty, it's yours.
It's two of us in the car, bro. We're both going to jail.
Yeah, but I always had
that. No,
I had a law in my car, bro. You get caught something in my car, it's yours, motherfucker.
Yeah,
you taking that. Don't drop it on me.
First of all, I don't ride with people that are gonna let me get set up with charges like that. Yeah. That's the first thing. Yeah. The first thing is, look. The first thing is, if you're riding around with people and you get pulled over and they got like a fucking gun or bodies and they got fucking crack on them, bro, you need to start making better decisions on who the fuck
Yeah, you got it all fucked up, huh?
Yeah, from the jump.
Oh yeah.
And
I
you
look
think
back
this
on
dude
life
ain't
now,
gonna
I'm like, that was stupid.
hold on. And you think this dude ain't gonna snitch on you? He ain't making good decisions already. What makes you think that he's gonna start?
He ain't going to do a 20 for you. Not happening.
This
What I
is
consider
bullshit.
snitching is this, bro. You leave my house with some dope and get pulled over, and then the next time you come in, you're wearing a wire to get a buy. That's snitching.
That's definitely snitching.
You know, most of the time, that's how it happens all the time, though. Really, the cops pull you over from leaving a drug house, and they'll fucking get you
if we're out here, and I live in a decent community, you know what I'm saying? I'm an upstanding figure in my community.
There's crime and
we're
all,
out
though.
here. I got cameras on my house. We're out here, and the fucking neighbor's house gets robbed, and the cops are like, "Yo, you got cameras? Let me see your footage." Yo, that's my neighbor. Why the fuck ain't why? No, that's
you
not
got to
snitching.
take care of your neighbors, man.
That's not snitching, bro.
Nah, man. That's how it's always been with me and my neighbors.
Snitching is when me and you go out to do something. We get that's snitching.
You went out right when you said it,
Snitching is when we go out to do something. We get caught, and I tell on something else that's happened in the past that I can use to wiggle my way out. That's snitching.
I think we're all I think we all get what snitching is.
Fucking somebody,
but they're bending it.
I don't think we do.
I
think we do, but I don't think everybody does. I think I think that people in this today, people today, they use snitching just like they use everything else. If it
like stalking.
No, if it works for me in this moment, I'm gonna use it. And then later on, I'm gonna be like, nah, I didn't do that.
Victim of opportunity is what you fall to.
Yes. So, man,
you keep going in and out, brother. A little bit though, not much. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You're in the Matrix, pimp.
Oh shit, can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
If something happens to my family, you know what I'm saying, and the fucking police,
I break all rules then,
and I have to make a report on what happened to my household. Not necessarily snitch.
You're a grown man now.
If we go out,
snitching falls in childish category.
If we go out to do something shiesty, and one of us gets caught, and we tell on the other person, definitely snitching.
Definitely snitching. Yeah, I think we all know what it is, but like you said, people use it in opportunity times.
Yeah, people are such opportunists now, man.
And then what better time than freedom, dude?
Oh, that's the thing. That's the fucking the United States government has already figured out the fucking blueprint for fucking getting people to snitch. All they got to do is fucking look for the rapper that doesn't want to lose out his fucking spending millions of dollars every day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, I seen that you're doing some illegal shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna had everything to lose.
That's a fact.
Man,
money. He's making
think about how many times that happens, though. Well, how many people blow to murder and then fucking blow it to fucking, beat the murder and catch the fucking manslaughter? That's shady.
Man.
They slid that in there right when they heard Troy Ave said I hit him first. That's cash shady, bro.
That was shady.
Like, you didn't get a chance to defend yourself for manslaughter.
But that was an opportunist move. You know what I mean?
By the state, yep.
Yeah, that was an opportunist move.
Why do you think Troy Ave said that?
What would you expect them to do?
Why do you think Troy Ave put that in there, that he hit him first? He could have easily left it out, right?
Yeah, he could have, but I don't think he knew what he did. I don't think he knew.
Still trying to be the big man.
Yeah.
I hit him first. I think it's clear what happened. You guys went picking on somebody, and he had a pistol that night.
That's a fact.
Chose the wrong fucking night. It's sad because the whole time fucked up about down, you never heard him spitting this shit.
This dude won't fucking let go of his pride.
He went out after pride. Yeah, that's all it was, pride hitting.
erased because of...
There you go. I got another one for you, Liberty. Do you consider tagging someone on social media or adding someone that you're trying to fuck with?
That's never gonna be a win for me, man. People talking shit to me, I'm talking shit back to you, and I win. That's still not a win because I still, at the end of the day, I lost somebody that was supposed to be my brother. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's why Tribe don't like him, bro.
Yeah.
They don't fuck with him. Why didn't the judge get, or the jury get told how much that the family of the dead don't fuck with the guy that's supposedly tried to save him?
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of things I think they could have brung in.
But
I seen what they were trying to do. They were trying to get it to be a manslaughter, beat the murder and not get the manslaughter. But, state had to slide that in. Because I don't think you get a murder without being on camera.
That's a fact.
And he's on camera. It's a hairy situation. Here's one for you, Liberty. Do you consider tagging someone and adding someone as much as he did Troy Ave? Stalking.
No, bro. Okay, so
I mean, it could be anybody to say either way.
Okay, me talking shit to you every chance I get on the internet.
Right.
I wouldn't consider that stalking. I would consider that like
getting on somebody's nerves.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny that this idiot here says it's stalking, but I don't get any fucking.
I think stalking is when like I'm showing up, I'm calling your job.
I would even say you're calling you, period, I guess, but if I'm not even contacting you.
But like on the internet, man, come on, man.
I'm not even contacting
especially
you.
If you're an internet person, or if you're a social media person, or if you're like a celebrity, man, you gotta understand trolls come with this shit. Trolls come with this shit. I'm not even a fucking internet personality, and people troll me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Ever since I was fucking with that person, I had a little I had a couple little certain people that used to fuck with me all the time, but they didn't want it. You know what I mean? Yeah. But am I thinking that they're stalking me? No.
Yeah, are they really intruding on your lives? I mean, all you gotta do maybe is change your phone number. I mean, that gets a little stalky if you have to do that, but it's still not stalking. Like,
am I fearing for my life? No.
Hell fucking no.
Do I think that Troy Ave feared for his life? No.
Nope.
Do I think that fucking
That's fucked up, man?
Yeah, I don't.
He got fucking murder on that, bro.
Yeah.
Beat it and went to the manslaughter. I thought he could have gotten manslaughter, but they didn't have that on there before Troy spoke up and snitched.
The only thing that fucking hurts him is there's no fucking camera footage in the green room.
Yep. It kind of helped him there.
If there was any camera footage in the green room,
wouldn't even been on trial.
One witness.
Yeah.
Out of the other 96, that wasn't for, you know what I'm saying, either side.
Isn't the other 96 kind of hurtful to Troy Ave's situation too?
Yeah, I would think so.
I would too, man. And then you have jury members talking outside of the jury with all other jury members even knowing about it too. Oh man, bro, that's just an ugly ending to a trial, bro.
Yeah.
That's weird to me how he can't get fucking at least a mistrial and try again. I mean, Jack might have been right. He don't want that, but
yeah, I don't think so. Well, no, I think he does. I don't think Jack's right in that circumstance.
Well, I think next time they're going to drop the murder and go ahead to the manslaughter straight to that.
But that's fine. But then he'll be able to
fight against that too. Yeah.
That case.
I think it's pretty damaging to be seen on camera shooting the gun.
Thing happened to my brother. My brother went to trial for a hard 40. So basically, he has to do all 40 years. He went to trial for
so he don't get no good time?
Murder and attempted murder. No, he can't even. He has to get clemency from the governor.
to get out.
Yeah, and he has to do 75%.
So he don't come up for parole.
And even then, they don't have to give it to him.
No, I know you don't get it, but he does get to come up for it.
No, after 75%, so after 30 years.
So you got to do the 75, and then you're able to get some good time, maybe.
But the thing was,
75% is what you're going to do, period.
When they was fighting his crime, or when they was fighting his case, they wasn't looking for the hard 40. And they gave him the hard 40 at the last minute. But
did he take it to trial and lose?
Yeah, and
in
Kansas, if they're going to offer you the hard 40, they got to offer you that before the prelims.
So you mean they did bring in plea bargains, but they weren't that low?
They brought him plea bargains, but he went to trial. But then at the last minute, they was like, all right, we'll give you the hard 40. So you run it all together. But in Kansas, you have to be offered that hard 40 before you go to trial. That way you can fight that kind of case. And they didn't give that.
It was a different kind of trial.
Right. So now,
two different cases, kind of like this
we go back. So now if we go back and we tried to get him resentenced, we can 25 to life. He's already been in there 23 years.
There you go, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Get you a good attorney, man.
So the way that
you already got one.
The way that they presented it to him was illegal because they didn't give adequate time to fight the kind of case.
Same thing we had Taxstone right here.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
It should have been a mistrial, man.
Yeah,
as soon as the state would have said, "I'm going to throw with this in," the judge couldn't even allow that in. If I'm going to
go after you for murder one, then you're going to prepare for murder one.
Right.
It's different than if I'm going to go after you for manslaughter. If I go after you for manslaughter, you're going to prepare your case different.
Right.
So there's definitely room for him to be like, yo, I want to, what am I thinking?
What's wrong with people, bro?
There's definitely room for him to say he wants a retrial. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, did you see the chat, bro?
Oh, man.
Boy, man.
Hey, I'm gonna get back in the chat. I'll holler at you in a bit.
Hey, it's all good, bro. Appreciate you coming up with that talk, man. That was fucking killer.
Oh yeah.
Sure. I like to have discussions with people that think like, you know.
I mean,
great.
People are just so willing to be like, yo, Jack Frost is right. And no, that's not the case. You know?
Well, we see what he's doing now. It's starting to look ugly now.
Right.
He's cutting this whole thing up and then adding what he wants to now.
Right.
Because he knows it's over.
And he's going to stretch
no one else.
And he's going to stretch that out for as long as he can. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And by all means, go ahead, bro. But people are going to see who you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's easy to fucking bust out.
Listen, I was like, did we not forget this dude is the same guy that's like over here courting little girls?
Courting little girls, always having a problem in his own neighborhood. What's that other one I had right on the tip of my tongue? Damn it. Oh, just about to kill herself online last fucking month.
No shit.
Ready to commit all the suicides in front of all your kids.
Man.
That's ugly.
I mean, that's cool. I'm glad he's getting this shit together and that he was able to find this case to save his career.
It's over now, Liberty.
That's where he goes from here.
Oh,
I never disliked the guy. I just want him to get right with God because the shit that he's doing is.
It's not gonna happen, bro.
All right, bro.
I was in that same feeling with you, where you're saying, because I kind of was feeling like I was bullying him, and then I kind of watched, and he's not gonna change his life, bro.
Mad at him. He lied on me. I didn't do nothing to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if he wants to
created things there, he didn't even have to do all that.
If he wants to push that narrative, that's cool, bro. I mean,
he ain't pushing shit.
It's still $1,500 for the Jews. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, everybody, there's a $1,500 award up for Jack Frost 2 front teeth. The bottom one's there.
Yeah.
Or the top. We'll take those two.
Two, I don't care.
Just two on the fronts. That's clowning. James Essen's got a drawing, bro, of the fucking tooth on a chain.
Oh no. He found that, yo.
Oh yeah, he did say that.
Yeah. But I don't want that. That's not real for me. I want the real thing.
Right. Are you gonna gold him out?
Oh, for sure. I'm not gonna dip them in gold. I think I'm gonna go like the outlines of them. Like,
are you gonna do the open face?
Yeah. I still want to see him. I want that clout.
Dude, we got an old school dentist here that works downtown, and he does all the hood shit. You know what I mean? Just teeth. And he's been doing it for years here, dude, since I was a child. And he's still open, man. Like, if you come through here and use some gold, y'all, hit me up. I'll put you in the right place. St. Louis is known for it, too. At least when I was growing up.
Supposed to be going to the Lou soon to go meet up with Zeke and shit.
Yeah, fucking, St. Louis was a big one. And then I think somewhere a little west of there, too. Hell, it could have been Kansas City when I was younger.
I'm telling you.
Yep.
All right, I'm out, bro.
All right, bro. See you in the chat, Pimp. Read that chat.
Yes, sir.
Fucking gets giving vibes. Not got the goddamn vibes.
Our chat is
vibes, man.
Lit, bro. We be on that demon time shit, bro.
Huh?
Our chat is lit.
Yeah, I don't know what this guy's saying though. It's like, I'll give him and the family. I'll let go. I'll let her go. I guess he's singing.
Man.
He said, I'm in. I'll let him the next couple. I'm thinking. Okay.
What the
might need a timeout, Liberty.
Yo, who's on where we at? Where's my peoples?
Yeah, I don't fucking have a clue, man. Who's fucking here? We got a mod here.
He ain't saying nothing too bad.
No, he ain't saying shit. I don't mind.
He sounds like
mods, man. They ain't getting him up out of here because he ain't crossed the lines yet.
Sounds like a crackhead with Tourette syndrome.
Definitely a crackhead, bro. That's crazy.
Right.
Jump into any fucking chat or this is definitely somebody who probably knows to be in here.
What up, 1, 2, salute. Salute, Reggie's coming for you.
I guess I tried to upload that video.
What's up, Net Stars? What's up, everybody?
Net Stars.
All right, I'm gonna jump in the chat. I'll fuck with you in a bit.
For sure, Pimp.
Gotta throw my fucking phone in the fucking freezer. It's about to die.
Did you drop it in water?
No.
Fuck. You just doing it for the fuck of it? Heard it worked.
No, I think Jack Frost used to throw his shit in the freezer when he was trying to charge it. So
I know. Just trying to get a phone. That motherfucker ain't been on he try to get a computer every 2 months.
Man, I got so many.
He scored that's what I was thinking. Liberty probably got 3 or 4. He probably sent you one of them.
Man.
But had to go and do the dumb shit you did. Dummy. He did land a microphone.
Hey, let's talk about this fucking this school shooting, bro.
Where?
Where was it? Kentucky? Tennessee? Somewhere down south.
Real? There's another school shooting?
No, yesterday. The one that was the other day.
Oh, okay. I did hear a little bit about that. Why is it fishy? Well, they're all fishy for kids. I mean,
it's fucked up, bro. It's fucked up that way.
It is, man. Why do you choose a fucking school? Go to the post office. You know what I mean? They used to go postal. Now they go childhood elementary.
Take that shit to your family's house, bro. Go shoot up your family's house.
Yeah, go shoot your own fucking kids.
9 times out of 10, the reason why you're fucking mentally fucked up is because your own family.
Bro, I'm starting to believe that I don't want kids going to school. If that's the way I gotta worry.
Man.
I'll teach my man. I'm telling you, if I would have been a little older when my kids went to school later, I would have taught them at home.
Man, but I mean, really?
I mean, I guess I couldn't of my own. I had to work, but I wouldn't have let my wife do it because she wasn't very smart at all. I mean, I guess I did have them in a good school.
We need our kids to go to school. We need that.
Let's put armed guards in there, man. Let the teachers pack. That's what we do.
For real.
That's what we do right there. Let the teachers pack. If they're a fucking teacher, they should be allowed to carry a gun in there.
If they want to, yeah.
If they go through school or classes to have, fire training.
You're a teacher. I think because we got fucked up teachers too. We got teachers that are fucking with kids. We got teachers. Let's say,
I would rather
if you want to conceal carry, you have to go through a background evaluation.
Yes.
You have to go through all that shit. And then we let the teacher carry. But they have to go through the test first.
Yeah, that's why we should leave getting rid of guns out of it, because there's always going to be somebody that's going to do something bad.
Yeah,
it has nothing to do with the gun itself.
You heard me?
Yeah.
They need to get rid of these fucking switches.
How many people are going to walk in a school thinking that a gun might be in there with a teacher?
If you know that this teacher might be packing, are you gonna?
You ain't walking in that motherfucker freely,
right? If you know that you're walking into school,
I think they know it's so easy.
10 teachers out of 25 might be packing a gun. Are you gonna shoot it up? I think you might.
I haven't crossed that path yet, man.
I think you might think twice about that shit.
Oh yeah, dude. It's like robbing places where they carry inside of it. How many gun stores get robbed?
Right.
You know what I mean? Respectfully, how many gun stores get robbed?
People don't.
Maybe after hours, but
don't rob pawn shops like that, bro.
Nah. Nah, they rob schools. Dude, they go in that school because they know it's an easy target. That's fucked up, man. And then when the police get there, they're too scared to run off in that motherfucker.
Yo, but these cops that the cops that the shit that just passed, ran in there like on some Call of Duty shit, bro.
That's good. I don't even take after the people that don't run in there, man.
Did it? Nah, but these cops, salute to these cops that just
for sure.
The test on this last shooting. I didn't see the footage, and I really don't.
I don't want to see it.
Go look for it, but if I
don't like hearing that.
But these cops, I heard they fucking ran in, and did their thing, bro.
So what was the thing? Was he just an upset kid or what?
Nah,
I don't know the narrative yet.
So basically, the narrative was I don't know. I don't want to go against these people.
Well, you can say whatever you want, man. I'm just wanting to know, brother.
Gender community. It was a trans kid.
Okay.
Probably school. He went to school there.
Bullied.
Probably was bullied for being trans.
That's why we should teach our kids at home. Teach them that if someone's bullying you, that's the problem with them, not you.
Yeah, we need to teach our kids acceptance.
Probably getting bullied at home too.
Yep. But yeah, I guess this person that went to that school, and he was from the transgender community, and he went in there and shot up a couple 9-year-olds and a couple teachers.
Kid knew how to use a gun, didn't they? Kevin Jones said, "Oh, I thought it was a girl." Apparently, it was.
I don't know what it was. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. That part doesn't really matter. I just want to know the narrative,
what?
Bullying someone is a fucking...
This is a fact. The person that shot up that school was a hurt person.
A very hurt person.
And that hurt person meant to hurt people. And that was fucked up because those people that he hurt, it's going to be a domino effect. You know what I mean?
Bro, do you think that they're taught? That's something that's taught in the home. Like, you should be going killing
Do you think that was somebody that's... Do you think that they think that that's where that ends? Or do you think that they are aware of what they're causing? You know what I mean?
I think that maybe he thought he was going to die when he ended up in there with a gun. At that point, you probably know you can't come out. I'm not letting you out. I'm shooting the fuck out of you.
Oh, for sure.
No one of them kids that shoot up school should ever walk out there.
It doesn't stop there, though. What happens?
I know, man, because now that fucking family's fucking tormented.
Right. So,
how many people died? You guys know?
What are these hurt people supposed to do?
Yeah, bro. And that's
Go hurt more people? That don't make no sense.
That's going to create decades of problems.
Oh, yeah.
Decades of it. It's going to sit and still into the mental health. But you got to think that that's the problem with the whole thing is you got a bully for one. That starts at home. And then you got someone that's being bullied thinks that killing them will stop it. That starts at home too. They're just not being taught right. With the proper care and the proper teachings, both of them kids shouldn't have been doing what they're doing.
Right.
Like, I never for once am I going to think I'm going to get a call from my son going postal at work, killing everybody. Not once have I ever thought that. But I don't think it ever happened because I think I taught him pretty good. You know, you teach kids that having feelings is an okay thing, man. You know, you teach them what love is at home, affection, knowing that the people love them. You know, and then I think sometimes that kid could have been punked at home.
You got all these hurt people, and then you got all these entitled feelings on top of it. You know, that they're like, yo, you hurt me.
Bad too.
I feel like I'm entitled to retribution right now. You know what I mean? And that's a problem.
You good, Nestor? Yeah, man. I think it's got a lot to do with the teachings of home, man. Let's start teaching our kids better, y'all. I mean, I didn't do a perfect job either because my son's a fucking pot smoker just like me. But, you know, he could be doing worse. I was way worse. And I'm not going to ever take and make excuses for my kids either because he had me going through that school district like crazy, bro. They fucking loved me up there in the end. They hated me to begin with, boy, but they ended up fucking loving all there. The fucking police that arrested me on my warrant came in here like, man, we're fucking neighbors. This is old, bro. Yeah, you gotta be active in your kids' lives, man.
Yeah, it's a fact.
When you go to work and you come home every day, don't think that that's enough.
No.
I did that for a little while myself, bro.
Have your kids go out and do something. Have your kids go out for an extracurricular activity and then show up.
Yeah, dude. I was at practice every night after I got work.
It's not just about like fucking telling somebody to do something. Like your child, you gotta instruct your kid what to do. You know what I'm saying? But then you gotta show up and you gotta check in. You can't just
don't teach them things. Show them things.
Right.
Like, don't tell them to do something, and then that's the only thing you're telling them to do. They tend to start resenting you. You know, like to be ordering your kids around the only time you're at home for the week or whatever, you're off work, and then that's all they get from you. The love that you think you're giving isn't what they're getting. You know what I mean? Because I did that for a little while, dude. I was real good on the chores thing. Like, do something here, man.
Well,
we give you guys money.
Like,
you know what I mean?
I could teach
but I found myself only driving that. You know what I mean?
I could teach my kids one way and it might work for them, but you might have to do something different with your kids.
Yeah,
you know
it's not. It takes some fucking
like
angles,
my kids
man.
might accept the way I am, but
that's like your friends saying, "Man, he's good for me."
Other kids
like, he's good for you, huh?
Yeah, that dude's a piece of shit. I'd shoot him in the face, like you know, like I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like not everybody's methods of parenting work for everybody.
Nope,
you know
it don't, dude.
Because my kids might take what I'm saying, like my tough love, one way, but their friends might be like, "Damn, bro, he's abusive," or like, you know what I mean? But or like vice versa, or like maybe fucking I'm talking shit to my kids, like, and I'm open and I'm up front and I'm vocal with them.
That's what I am too. I'm very open.
And then their friends might be like, "Well, damn, my parents don't talk to me like that." Like, it could go either way. Like,
funny,
I wish get that with my parents, or
dude, every time my kids go to somebody's house, spend the night and shit, they'd say, "Well, your kid's good as hell." I'm like, really?
Right?
Really? No, it's just we taught them to be good when they're, you know what I mean? That's all it is. Like my son, dude, he did not want to go to school, but in the end, I was like, "You're 17." I was 15 when I quit. You know, I just stopped going. I guess I didn't quit at 15, but I stopped going.
Nah, I was 15. My birthday passed, and I walked through, and I was like, "Fuck you, fuck."
Yeah,
you.
man. It was getting to the point where I wasn't knowing where he was when he said he was supposed to be where he was.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And he's like, Dad, I'm not trying to lie to you, but you're making me go here.
And I don't want to.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way we spoke to each other. And I was like, you know what, man? This ain't to the best of my fucking thinking abilities, but you know what? You got to live just like I lived. You got to bump your head. And if this you think that you can get by in life without this, son, you got it all figured out like I did. You'll fucking realize even the people that have it all figured out don't got it figured out.
That's a fact.
They think they do, but the world is so big and so small at the same time.
Like I got to the point where I think I know my lane, but then,
well, you grew up to be an adult.
Even if I've conquered my lane, I'm like, damn, this is a very small space. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much more I could do. There's like so many different things I could still do. Like, I feel like I've conquered one thing, and I'm like, yeah, king of the shit.
You're already a business owner. You're getting you a home.
Yeah, but then I'm like,
goals start to become accomplishments, things you want to meet for the fucking pride of it, you know?
Those are just checks in the boxes that I want to put. You know what I mean?
Yep. I only recently started feeling that way probably 5 years ago. I think I didn't start growing up at least till 10 years ago, really. But I got it together quite quickly when I figured it out. My mom was right the whole time. Nobody's going to take care of you, man.
You ain't a liar.
Nobody. And I was the only kid, too.
I built my life telling my parents, like, yo, I got this shit figured out myself. I don't need you. Only to figure out whenever they fucking passed away, or like now that they're older, like, fuck, yo, you was right this whole time. I don't know shit.
Yeah, dude, I'm fucking always running across things my grandma said when she was around, dude. And I was like, damn, she was right.
Right.
I mean, we kind of knew they were right then and too, but we just didn't want to hear it.
Right.
But yeah, man, these old ways are not around anymore. Like your grandma ways of thinking are not in this culture at all. In society, you don't hear nothing of a great grandma of our age. The teachings, the sayings, the life principles, those things are gone. That's wild, man. Like we're seeing things happen in our life I never thought would happen. Like with all the computer shit and all that, I didn't think I'd reach to a place where we could just walk in, talk to the fucking Alexa and have everything turned on and all that shit. I thought it would be past my life. But it's moving rather quickly. The next one that's going to fuck us up, I'll tell you what it is already. The handprint and the eyeball scan. It's going to be a handprint or a thumbprint, but it's going to have the iris scanner. And when you get your card in the mail, it's going to say, take this to the ATM. And when you get there, there's going to be a scanner on there. You're going to scan your shit, and that's going to be you. You can leave your card at home now, ladies and gentlemen. They already do it with our phones anyway. Like, I don't remember the last time I put a fucking card number in. Just got to put my fingerprint. They said there's flying cars, and I don't doubt it. Like, I don't fucking doubt it. The problem with flying cars is you have to regulate the traffic in the air then. And then you're going to have some serious things to think about. I don't think we'll probably ever see flying cars. Nah, not that and this too. That's no, it's not. The way Elon said it, it wouldn't even be nothing to gain from it. So they just look over that kind of technology. Fuck. I'd like to have a flying car though. Not real high though. I'm scared of heights, y'all. That's been a fear that I have tried to kick over and over and over, dude. I don't want to hear anybody say they've kicked the fucking fear of heights. It doesn't happen. Nah. It doesn't happen. I don't think you can kick that fear. because I can't even get so high, let alone kick the fear. I've been pretty high, but like I've been up on a fucking on a what do they call them, cell phone towers. I've been up one of them, but I didn't go all the way to the top. I'm not even gonna bullshit you. I went up probably 600 feet, maybe. It was a lot, but it's still scary as fuck. And then the fucking water slides, the roller coasters, all that shit. My kids would get me on them things, and I would still be scared to fucking death. And it's really not even a scare. It's just your legs become uneasy. And then you start to get that you're not in control feeling. And I hate that. They have a new space propulsion engine in the works like Star Trek. Yeah, the propulsion's been around a long time. Bob Lazar was talking about the propulsion, wasn't he? So that would actually be kind of old technology to us, but we think it's new. See, that's that shit, man. You read recently they have a new space propulsion engine in the works like Star Trek. Fire. But you know what? They were saying Bob Lazar didn't know what he was talking about when he was talking about space propulsion engines. Remember this? They tried to kill Bob Lazar. Many people died fucking with that propulsion shit. Yeah. Joe Rogan's a fucking whiz at that shit, bro. He's a whiz, man. It must be cool to be able to make money and live greatly off of what you like to do. You know, shout out to the entrepreneurs that are in my chat. Shout out to people that own businesses. I've owned two. Neither one of them were successful. Well, the second one, I kind of got kicked out with time to sell. And I didn't lose any money, but I didn't really gain in the end any. But, you know, I still sell juice out here without them knowing, so I kind of win anyway. But my vape shop and shit, they came in and made me leave. Yeah, they fucking made me leave, bro. They said, well, this has got to do with the alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. I said, this isn't tobacco. Let's keep that clear. I still stand firm with that. Vape juice is not tobacco. It's not right for them to put that in that classification either. It isn't even smoked the same way. No fire, no nothing. No combustion whatsoever. You know what the government got mad about with our vaping here in America? The vapors in America weren't going to let Marlboro and Juul take over their industry. The one that they built for 7 years on their own. The one that they regulated themselves. The one that they told all these juice companies, change that fucking label. It looks like a Trix box. Yeah, the vapors changed those things. We didn't want that. You want to sell Trix flavored cereal liquid, fine. But you don't have to have a Trix label on it. That's appealing to children. They're going to say something. And sure enough. And we can give it to Donald Trump, too, because he was about to ban vaping, like across the board. But he let 6 people in the vaping industry sit down with him. Juul was in there. And he chose not to ban it. Vaping was the biggest boom in an industry in the brick and mortar that they had seen in years, dude. Like, there were so many shops popping up. There's so many shops popping up because of vaping that are now popping up now. Look at all your glass shops. Look at all your hookah shops. Look at all that shit. When it took vaping to start that back up again. Yeah, the wholesale boomed out when the vaping started, man. I can still get a lot of wholesale, though. Shout out to Liberty for coming up here and changing the conversation. Appreciate that, Liberty. If y'all ain't subscribed over to Liberty, man, go do that for him, man. Everybody's got a channel over here. Put your fucking shit in there and tell them.
that done did some real N-word shit.
You know what's funny?
And there's people in the city that do this.
I'm gonna tell y'all something that's really weird.
They scared to come to.
Now, YouTube is YouTube, right? But this son of a bitch got 500, 600, 700 people in his chat. And we can literally put exposing the BBN. And not one person, not one, make that make sense to me. Just think logically, right? Because that's what we do over here, Jack. We're logical thinkers. Well, hell, a logical thinker would think, hell, you'd get 100 of them people to just see you and check you out, right?
To the courtroom.
To that, Jack.
And when they come to the courtroom, they only come to the courtroom when they got protection. I'm just pulling up, my nigga.
Usually, you know, I write
we different.
18 and 30, 15 and 30, somewhere like that.
Should I have
usually all people we
security
know.
Or protection?
It's been the same.
Most likely, I should.
Over here, and there's 600 in Jacks.
So we could be honest and truthful. I should probably have security and protection. Let's be honest.
Why? I thought you didn't say it.
But I'm pulling up to cases where 100% of the time, at least 2 or 3 days out of those cases that I'm in that courtroom, I'm in that courtroom with people in the pews sitting with me that probably done caught a couple bodies and probably don't like the shit I'm saying.
That don't matter if they caught.
But I still go to work.
The matter is if you've said something stupid or not. Nobody just jumps on nobody for no reason, idiot.
What a problematic, what a campaign. Problematic said I copped the merch, share, join membership.
You got merch,
or other platforms. Yo, also our membership is back up. So anybody that want to help support the platform, you can join the Green Team and become a member.
He's got
we
merch
got Green Team merch, and it's lit.
Shut the fuck up, Jack. Shut the fuck up.
Not everybody is a murderer or one of those things, Rich Franklin. There's people in there that haven't done neither one of those things in prison. Rich Franklin says, still trying to play this street stuff at the big age of 50, shaking my head. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Who are you talking about? Problematic says she took constructive criticism well. She feeling you, Frost.
You don't know what the fuck he's reading.
Oh, that's what happened? I wasn't arguing with her though. I mean, I was at first. I apologize because I know when I'm speaking in a certain manner, it sounds like I'm yelling, but I'm really not yelling.
Yeah, I make commercials. I make album covers. All kinds of fucking photography shit you couldn't even think of, man. I do what they call that shit, superimposing and all that shit too. I can do that shit. I can work with like all kinds of different crazy shit. And I'll be honest with you, man, I do a lot of it on my phone. I mean, I think it's kind of easier because they jam everything down on the phone, right? In an app. And you get it's just easier to navigate, I think. So it's not as hard. But because if I get on my computer and try to do a lot of videography, dude, it's fucking hell, dude. It's hell. When it feels like I do my phone, dude, it says cuts down half the time. Immediately I feel it's like, whoa. I mean, it's all the same apps. I've been fucking with Mobile Studio, the Fruity Loops for the phone, yo. Unreal. It's unreal, dude. I can damn near sit in my house with my phone and almost create a full track with 7 instruments. If I can learn how to use this fucking guitar, I don't think you can with the guitar because you got to strum it and hit, and it's kind of hard with the phone because it misses fucking strokes and shit. But you can damn near do it. It's crazy as fuck. Put all your music, your fucking voice in it and everything. It's absolutely insane. I think that's where iPhone misses out on, man. I do. Yep, I think iPhone misses out on being able to have the hacked and modded and cracked apps on it. I mean, I guess you get the extra band of security, but damn, it's my phone, right? Yeah, bro. Weirdo just stole the blueprint. Yeah. Yeah, I've been doing that shit, bro. I've been doing that, man. That's like when some people ask me how much do I charge and shit, most of them freak fuck out. Like, really, dude? What the fuck? You could be charging much, much more. Much, much more. Oh, I've heard some of these motherfuckers' prices, dog. And it's unheard of from what I would charge people. I'll tell you that right now. Because I think I still have that much enjoyment in it. I think that's what it is. And then if it's somebody that fucks with me, I still have that in me too. So, if you fuck with me, I'm going to do you good. Fuck. And then, I think I just enjoy it still. I'm finding different ways of using it again. And I think it's just becoming enjoying. For real, for real. I've been working out lately, man. Hey, I've been working out lately, boy. There's going to be a lot of new drops coming for people. They're almost like story fucking mode, dude. Hey, but you know what? You got to constantly elevate, right? You got to set goals. You got to up your own game. You can't constantly sit back and say, well, I need this computer. My computer's broke. My computer's broke. I have just witnessed this man get enough drops in the past 2 weeks to definitely buy himself a badass fucking desktop. Definitely. I don't want to hear no shit. Because he didn't have to pay rent before. Didn't have to pay rent after, right? He ain't said nothing about rent or nothing. So when you say, why ain't you bought a computer, Jack? He said, well, I got other things to deal with. You had those things for 4 fucking years. You could have literally just saved up yourself and took all the headache out since that's your biggest headache. I think you like creating problems for yourself because you think there's some kind of feel sorry for me involved with it. But you must understand, dude, a lot of these people are grown. It's only going to fly for so long anyway. Because the sad thing is you don't have any kids watching you. And I'm glad. I'm very glad. Yeah, I mean, I do charge some people. If I don't want to do it, I think overcharging sometimes saves me from having to do the thing. That's the old tactic. Most of the time, though, man, I think if you give me the freedom, I mean, I understand if people have logos and shit, that's your motherfucking logo. I don't want to go and change your logo for you. You know what I mean? But we can take that logo and have a lot of fucking fun with it. A lot of it. Yep. Yeah. I think iPhone, I mean, I guess you could use the iPhone too and do it. You would just have to purchase the apps, right? I'm pretty sure you can get the same ones. Like, are you able to get KindMaster? That's a dope ass fucking app if you know how to use it, bro. I make a lot of my shit with KindMaster. It's done in pieces. You know what I mean? I can't make it all at once like that. I mean, it's all done in pieces. And half the time I don't even fucking name it. And I run into that big problem, too. I got some files flying around. It gets headachy, bro. Let's see here. I haven't checked on our old guy's social blade lately. Let's just see what we're working with over here for the BBN. Just to be nosy, this is public information. Damn, he bumped his grade up. Subscribers. Good job, Frost. Not elevate your life, not your fucking YouTube channel. Hey, y'all. You know, I don't even understand why I would even go on here and tell you what it's going on. This is the 3rd month, right? He's addicted. He's addicted. He's addicted to buying subscribers. Hold on. I don't even like saying that without me knowing. I'm checking my background, baby. Detailed statistics. I need to fix that fucking picture there. Okay. Mine doesn't say 100. Mine actually says 10. 10. So he's not able to, man, you over buying subs? Frost, bro. Why are you only getting hundreds, bro? That's weird. And I just checked mine, and I definitely get plus 10. So, like, it's 11 minus 10. Oh fuck! Oh, that's because I if you get rid of videos like the shorts, and you gain subscribers through them shorts, you're gonna lose them. That's crazy to me. I think YouTube found out that you can get those fucking subs from all the shorts you can put out. Sometimes you put a short out and you don't even know what it's going to do. That thing, one of them gained me 100 subscribers. That's what the fuck happened. I took shorts down that I had fucking got subscribers from. YouTube's figuring us out, y'all. Think they ain't on top of their game? But he's definitely getting them by the hundreds. And what did that fucking site say? Every time, get them by the 100 pack. We got them for sale. We got them for sale, y'all. Subscribers by the 100. For getting off his van seat. That's clowning, bro. Nah, I just the reason why I'm gonna end up getting off this dude anyway, because I got a better future I want from this channel anyway. I don't care if it ever becomes monetized, guys. I'm definitely not worried about YouTube paying me any money. I promise you. So it's never been that for me. I like the somewhat community that has formed. It's a lot of men, but these men are of a different caliber than I'm used to, maybe. You know? Good fucking people. No faking, no fronting, just good fucking people. And I realized that at a very I kind of realized it before y'all even came to my channel. I knew who the fuck you were before you got here. We all know that. Hell, I've got all of your stories. Netstar said we should go back and do a shows on each person over here that was blocked. We got them all, don't we? I thought about that. You said, like, yeah, that's a long thing. Is we even have to find out when he got blocked in that show. But if you think about it, I talk to you very close to that, so it's somewhere. You got to think he did it to fucking Liberty, James F. Oh shit, he did it to fucking Zeke, us, me. I found that. I looked and looked for that video, y'all. And then it just fucking bumped on me that night. I looked for that video. I was kicked in, y'all. I wanted the soundbite from that. Yeah, he says, so aggressive defiance. You think he was there to not do no harm? Absolutely. He thought just because there's a riot and he brought a gun that they're supposed to kill somebody. He didn't bring a gun to protect himself because he was maybe going to a riot. Stupid. It's not okay to kill someone or fight with someone just because they're at a riot. So I might bring my gun in case they fucking pick on me. Said thing happened. What's poppin', dog, soldier? How the fuck are y'all, man? That was a fucking great conversation earlier, Liberty. Great conversation. Not enough of those have been had. HGTV done it a couple times on his channel with his peeps. But when you get to the nitty gritty, man, everybody's going to tell on somebody if you're out kicking it with people that's going to tell on you. Right? Like, Liberty made it clear, like, if you're hanging around people and doing those things, then you might want to check your own life to begin with, you know? Hold on, why am I getting snitched on? Why the fuck you with somebody gonna snitch, and why are you doing something that they would have to snitch on? Unless it's fucking fraud in the tax, man. Don't kick it with nobody. And I'm not saying I know people fraud the tax, man, but that would be more the class that I would rather be in. Fuck, Jack. So I really don't know this. Does YouTube give a 1099? They haven't given me any money, so I don't know. I read somewhere they did, if it was so much. I read it somewhere, man. If they give 1099s, Jack's fucked for about 4 years. I guarantee you had to pay, dude. I had to pay this year.
Unspoken Riz. That means she's being convinced by your words.
He got more free money than me.
So why tax have a gun, bozo? Problematic.
God, I had to pay.
I'm gonna tell you why Tax had a gun. Tax had a gun because the people who he was with, he wasn't confident on. You already know what it is.
You hear this now? Do you hear this now? Do you hear this? Knowing this bitch motherfucker would run if Casanova was in his goddamn sights saying that, wouldn't he? Yeah. That grilled motherfucker whoop your knot, son. This is what Jack's gonna do. He's gonna start putting his sauce on everything about the case now. And he knows that he does not have to see these people again. I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen.
Let's stop. Hold on. Let's stop everything. Tax had a gun because the people he wasn't confident about. And there was only one dude that helped him, and that was Casanova. And from what I heard, this is a story
Casanova
I heard.
Did not
I don't know
snitch by telling someone that he got off
from
that
a
night.
story I heard.
And if you don't know, you're telling.
Piled up on top of Taxstone, and Casanova pulled up and started throwing niggas off of Taxstone.
Oh my God, they're all fucking superheroes that night.
I don't know how true that is.
Throwing him off of Taxstone.
That's one of the stories that I heard. Listen, one of the stories that I heard, I don't know how true.
I don't think you can be more biased.
I heard a lot of shit that if it would have made it into the courtroom, tax situation might be different.
But damn,
listen,
bro.
One of the stories I heard was he actually did get jumped, and they piled on top of him, and there was a lot of people on top of him.
Throwing him off.
That's when he dropped the gun. He dropped the gun or threw the gun or some shit. That's how allegedly Troy Ave got the gun in the first place.
He threw the gun after he shot Troy Ave. Was like, I'm just telling you what I heard. Ass the fuck up out of here. And he went to go and
Chad Casanova allegedly was throwing niggas off of the top of Tax, grabbed Tax and pulled Tax out the room.
The land of la la here, like not Laura la la, but la la la.
Shout out to Artie D Glass. Salute. He says, "Good morning, BBN."
Dude, everybody's a superhero in this
case.
Hope
you're doing great too. CJ says, yeah, that's wild. I don't get why Mano didn't take the stand. Dude, Champagne says,
why
to stop the cap and real
to take a stand when no one else is. That's the best thing that could happen for Taxstone. Like Liberty said, if there wasn't Troy Ave snitching, there's no case on Tax. You just don't know that to be smart enough, Jack. You think this is some big thing of him stalking somebody. You're dead wrong, sir. And I'm going to drive that narrative just as much as you try to drive it the other way. It's not stalking, bro. How many times did you show up to Troy Ave's house? Did he even want to be at that show that night? No. So why would that be stalking, Jack? He added him. He tagged him on social media. Nah, he's getting at him. Because you see, Troy Ave liked to get at the people that didn't like his music. Oh, kind of like the people that don't like your channel. They're not allowed to get at you. Poor baby. You're still suffering from things in the past, Jack. You may not have been the coolest kid. You could have been referred to as Psycho Bob. If you listen and watch enough, he tells you his whole story. He tells you. And then
real
says,
friend
talk about
testify, help his brother.
My private
Deep
life.
Thought said, let's take that. That's
Your
after
monologue
he's
is
been
your private
bullied
life
and
every
Tax
day,
put a
Jack.
gun up there. Let's not make ourselves naive. Just so we could be clear, I am not saying that Taxstone didn't bully
He's
and or stalk
Troy Ave's cock.
Troy Ave. I didn't say that didn't happen.
He's kissing
so
everybody.
I know you're not
Troy
saying
Ave's body
I didn't
right
say
now.
that's what happened. I'm just saying that I'm not saying that that's
not interview, Troy. Come on, Troy.
Tiandre Willis Sr. said, yeah, they all want to be respected as real, yet do things backwards.
You cannot be getting for murder with that alone.
Lovely E says,
you are not going to be convicted.
Good morning. It's good to have someone who has firsthand knowledge. Appreciate you, Lovely E. You are definitely loved.
Nowhere in America are you getting that murder.
Deep Thought said sad as fuck. Franklin says, Frost better get those twin Glocks with Max Payne for the courtroom drama. Whatever, Toya Hicks. I haven't seen you in a while. Everything is going well.
He had worse charges.
Everybody drop where you from in the chat. Franklin says Mano was talking about Mano's 50
for reduction. I don't know where we're getting this
laugh out loud. You definitely cover the court situation very tight. Appreciate you, C-Grab. Looking for job opportunity. 9 Trey looking for a job opportunity. I don't know about all that.
It just takes one guy.
Shout out to Baltimore, Chris Jones, salute. Shout out to London, Problematic, salute.
You know it. The world thinks what Troy Ave's done is great. What?
East London. Okay, so we could be specific.
Where I am
Shout out to London and East London.
If you beat a murder and blow to manslaughter, somebody says
let me just go over what our actual topic is, because there's a couple of things that's on my mind. I want to make sure I get to everything. Also, could we hit that like button, bro? All right, so
and no one was there to change him from him. That's fucked up, man. Why didn't they go at his narrative?
And I gotta pull this up because y'all saying shit and it's not going through, so I gotta hit the like. I gotta hit the go through button.
The go through button. You got moderators, don't you, bro? They can hit the go through button. There's a go through button for them, bro.
Shout out to North Carolina, salute.
Y'all fucking with my merch.
Shout out to Florida 305, salute. Hope everybody is doing well. Hope everybody woke up this morning realizing that this is a brand new day. Whatever you didn't get done yesterday, get it done today.
I got a lot of design, y'all.
You didn't get done. Get it done today. You still got another day. God gave you another opportunity. All right, before we go any further, I do want to say something. I wanted to say a passage from Proverbs.
He saved himself with that today, or I was going to get on his head. Quit doing that, Jack.
Proverbs 18, verse 18, line 2. A fool hath no delight in understanding, but that his heart may discover itself. When the wicked cometh, they cometh as contempt.
That's us, y'all.
And with ignominy,
I got wicked down the back of my arm.
Reproach.
Imagine that.
The words of a man's mouth are as deep as waters, and the wellspring of wisdom as a flowing brook.
I'm more than a joke.
Basically.
It's weird how that is, Jack.
I'm going to read it from a different passage. This is not the jump off my Bible was in, but this is probably a better understanding. A fool takes no pleasure in understanding, but only in expressing his opinion. Proverbs 18, verse 18.
You know what? You wouldn't know about my opinion.
A fool takes no pleasure in understanding, but only in expressing his opinion. I got a couple people got to be mindful of that whenever I'm talking about something and I'm saying factual information. But all people want to do is talk about what their opinion is and telling me that my facts is wrong because it doesn't match up to their opinion.
No, Jack. No. I only come with the facts, sir. Don't you ever get it fucking twisted. You know when I'm playing with you. But I always come with the facts. You're mad because I busted you about the Fetty Wap thing. Oh, it's a sealed deal. No, what the fuck it's not. It says in the fucking proceedings that I can get right now that, yeah, he pleaded guilty and he's getting ready to get sentenced on that. Do you see sealed and just think you know it all? Why are you here trying to slander this man's name before you go to his trial too? Are you the fucking are you a plant? Just be up on here slandering people's names before they go to trial, Jack? You seem to only end up in trials. Is that what he is, y'all? He's a plant? They want to get in my fucking comment section and say, you're trying to take down all the black men. No, just this one. Get it right. Just this one. Kwame can give some too, but he's got enough smoke with fucking Suge over there. He got enough smoke already. Suge kind of does to Kwame what I do to Jack. Same thing. But Suge's a little bit more ruthless than I am. That motherfucker fly fucking drone everything over, motherfucker. I'm good. But I like Suge. He does it the right fucking way. There is no stalking. There is nothing. All the deal right here, sir. You know, if you didn't watch me, Jack, and stalk me, you wouldn't even know what I was saying. That makes a point in itself. If people think that someone is harming their character, they don't give a fuck if it's somebody of needless endeavors, right? Like, so I could claim 70 things against Jack, right? And he get me for one, right? Does that make Jack the winner? Huh? Oh, but you're going to keep saying the same thing over and over and over again, right? You're going to hold on to one thing for 50 years. Well, I've just exposed your whole fucking career. 13 to now. All you do is keep going, yep. Move it again. Remember, guys, we now have a Jack Frost that says he's been to all the jails, different states' jails. Before this, what was it, Jack? I'll wait. But I'm not holding my breath. You were telling all these people, no, I ain't no crackhead. I ain't never even been locked up. Come to find out, you're locked up for crack. We got to humble Jack now, huh? We humbled him. Come over here and get humbled, Jack. Maybe that's what we're doing for you. Because you ain't gaining anybody over there, bro. If you had 500 people in your chat this morning, 50 of those people would be seeing what I'm saying about you right now. It's almost guaranteed, y'all. That ain't hard to fucking look at, right? I mean, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Actually, Jack, I'm probably losing people by just keep talking about you. That's sad because you're not got enough clout for me. So the clout chasing moves out because you just don't have enough clout, bro. It's weird, man. It's weird. There's lots of fucking mental health surrounding this man. A lot of mental health. You can't believe hardly anything.
And try to tell me that my facts is wrong because it doesn't match up to their opinions.
Nah, I'm not speaking my opinion over here. I've been watching you and zoning in on you for 2 years. So shut the fuck up. I know you better than you.
Shout out to Ganju.
You live a lie.
I see you living a lie. Over there. Shout out to Ganju.
I see you doing it. And it's blatant most of the time.
Salute. I've been waiting.
Just flat out blatant.
It is what it is.
I've been waiting. Come on, Darkwing. I'll take you on a lie. Am I lying? Tell me where to lie at.
All right, so let's get to it.
You're gonna say,
couple of things I want to mention real quick. We're going to start
10 times
off with and whatever case I think we should cover, put it in the chat. But I want to start off with, we're already on Taxstone Troy Ave, so we're going to stay on Taxstone Troy Ave for a couple of more minutes. Is that fair?
It's over, Jack.
We'll stay on Taxstone Troy Ave for a couple of more minutes. We are going to be talking about Fetty Wap today, and we are going to also be talking about
he don't make no money off no folk,
possible K-Flock situation.
One trying to bring them down, remember?
Possibly covering K-Flock.
No, I'm just bringing them down.
I don't have anything on the Casanova case. I'm not discussing that at the moment.
Black folk don't even respect you, Jack.
I want to be clear on something.
Be honest with you.
And I'm not trying to be a dick.
Most black
I'm not trying to be a dick.
I just
want this to be as understood and understandable as possible. I'm not trying to be a dick. Listen and pay attention.
You ain't good for nothing, bro. Even when I gave you the fucking benefit of the doubt and thought you might change your life, maybe you don't. Not even a step
Listen
in the
and pay
right direction.
I'll give you the
Not even
the
a
Tennessee
first foot
situation
forward.
in a second. Give me one moment.
I'm just gonna
Listen
lie
and
to
pay
you
attention.
more.
I don't want. I'm
y'all.
not trying to sound like a dick, but I'm going to say this one more time. From what I heard, this is stories that I've heard from people who are allegedly there.
Hold on. I don't get to do that, y'all. I don't get to do that, y'all. I got this story, y'all. Jack's a snitch because of somebody that told me, y'all. I'm not gonna tell you who. No, man, this is kid games, y'all. Yo, what's poppin', Scooter? Hey, these are children games. This is the games that kids use to lie and shit. Like, that's weird. So nobody's gonna ever be able to hold Jack to this because he just heard it through somebody. He's not gonna tell who he heard it from. That's not journalism, bro. Nowhere close. I've never seen a journalist make it off of a story that he heard somewhere. And he's calling him a rat, y'all. He's calling him a rat. Yeah, this is what I heard. Facts. You're right. He's stuck in his ways like an old woman. Like my grandma.
Just so we can be clear.
You ain't got your ways.
This is stories I've heard
you don't even control
from
your
people who
ways.
are allegedly there.
Enough problem from a younger man that
and
lived
allegedly
in his house. He can
from
make shit
people
stir over
who
there. You
spoke
know
to
your
people
ass
who
will
are
be
allegedly
fucked up,
there.
right? So you better watch your mouth.
Casanova,
Don't think a little young just couldn't
Troy
make a stir
Ave and
over
his
there.
team pulls up.
Don't think for 1 second, sir.
Troy Ave and his team pulls up.
A couple
they come into the room
right now.
It's not an immediate jump on them.
Every time he live. Oh yeah. Oh man, Jack will freak out. But you know what? What does AD say to somebody that's going to do something to Jack, y'all? Nah, don't do it, man. Nah, don't do it, man. And most of the time, they probably don't. But, man, one of these days, I'm just going to be like, fuck it, troll on, y'all. Like, just troll on. I'm going to kick back and have a fucking joint to it. Because, dude, if he's talking about getting trolled the way he is and nobody's actually trolling him,
but they immediately jumped on him. For everybody that don't know what that means in the hood, that don't mean they seen you and it was immediately boom. They rushed level. What that basically mean is,
like, fuck these
as soon as they had the opportunity to put hands on you, they did. So basically, they took you by surprise, or they overwhelmed you really quickly. That's what rushing somebody mean. They rushed that nigga. They overwhelmed them very quickly. So allegedly, what happened is, and I'm not saying that this is true, and I'm not saying that Taxstone wasn't stalking, and I'm not saying that Taxstone wasn't using the internet to bully. I'm not saying any of those things. Everything that I'm saying right now
jumbled mess
is stands without those aspects.
Oh,
or
you can just say
you could accept those aspects.
I told you, huh?
I'm just talking about the actual situation when the actual thing happened. And these are allegations, just so we can be clear.
Oh my God, you can't say actual allegations, you dipshit. They don't fit. They don't
allegedly
fit, Jack. Man,
they rushed. Now I'm about to say something else and listen. They rushed Taxstone. Now listen and pay attention.
Come on,
I want
Jack.
you to listen. I want you to pay attention.
You're just now getting this, and I told you this.
Understand, Troy Ave says this.
Day 4. Huh?
Troy Ave says that when he first heard what's popping, and then he heard, he didn't know who was saying it. He didn't even know they were saying it to him allegedly.
Oh.
Then he heard Banga say what's popping.
Oh, Banga?
That's when he realized it was it was directed towards them.
Okay.
And when he realized it was directed towards them, he knew who was saying it because he saw Casanova standing over there. This is what he said. I saw Casanova.
Hold on. That has nothing to do with it. That was not even said in court, y'all. Why are you saying that? Why are you saying Casanova was there and I seen Casanova? He didn't say that. Troy Ave did not even say that. Let's move on.
That's how come I knew when Banger said, "What's popping?" who he was talking to. That's how I knew he was talking to Taxstone.
Because you seen Banger say it to Taxstone, Troy Ave, right? Come on, Jack.
He says this on the stand.
He said that he seen Casanova there.
I'm going to say that again.
He knew he was talking to
He
Taxstone.
says this on the stand.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He did not say, "Oh, I knew he was talking to Taxstone because I seen him look at Taxstone because Casanova was over there." What? They know what each other look like, bro. That's your way out of this. That's what you're doing, creating outs of bullshit you're making up.
He says he walked in. He heard "What's popping" twice.
He didn't
pay no mind. Then he heard Banger say "What's popping," and he knew who Banger was talking to because he still couldn't see Taxstone. It was too many people.
He said he heard him twice. Did you just hear him? Did you just listen to Jack? He knew then he knew who he was talking to. What? Now you do your deed, huh?
He knew who Banger was talking to because he saw Casanova.
Because he saw Casanova. What?
I'm not getting into the conversation on whether he knew he was there or not.
What?
I'm not in that conversation at the moment. We can have that conversation later.
That's the conversation you're having right now, Jack. Here you go with the other bullshit you do.
Right now, just be with me for a moment. Be in the moment instead of trying to add to the moment. Just be in the moment for one moment.
You say that. That's what you did.
You don't even know where I'm going with it.
Oh, there's no ending that you need.
Like, what the fuck, fam?
I gotta stop someone. There don't need to be an
ending. In any regard.
All lawyers do it.
He hears "What's popping? What's popping?" He hears it twice.
And he knew his
Then he hear Banger say "What's popping?" When you hear Banger say "What's popping?" he knew what the hell he was talking to because he had seen Casanova. Now, the reason why I think that this is a point is because, hold on. So y'all had problems with Casanova and y'all had problems with Tax. So why didn't you rush Casanova?
What's that got to do with anything, Jack Frost? What does that have to do with the price action China? If my brother had a dick, we would be fucking twins, huh? Fuck, dog. Come on, man. He just does this, man. He did it with the 6ix9ine case, too. Started saying all kind of dumb shit. Had a man call home from jail to say, Strati snitched. Could you believe that? Had a man call home from jail to say it. That's called self-defense, Jack. I don't think that's called stalking. Sounds like Tax was getting stalked that night. Yeah, he just wasn't fighting two of them. And we all know Banger, he'd do his thing. But that night wasn't the
now
right
nobody want to comment. Now y'all don't want to comment. When y'all want to add shit that I'm not talking about, everybody want to comment.
You added to that, bro. You added, bro.
What up, Sharice? What up, King LLC?
You know what? This is where we just start using him as a fucking... We're going to get him all wrapped up now, because now's when the bullshit's going to start with the case, and I can come in and sink him on it.
So you got a beef with Casanova, you got a beef with Taxstone, but y'all rush
the Casanova shit
5-7 Taxstone.
I don't even understand how they were able to use that witness as that tape.
You rush 5-7
whatever against him.
You don't rush Casanova. Why didn't y'all rush Casanova?
Make sure that that's even Casanova on the tape. Who says that's Casanova?
Nobody else is wondering this. Am I the only one?
First thing my attorney is supposed to say. How do we know that's Casanova? Oh, we can't bring him in to question him? Well, then you can't bring in that evidence. What the fuck is going on with this shit, man? There's so much going on. Like that tape statement. And then I heard Zip with the Drip say that
am I the only
dude
one
that was a snitch was told by Taxstone what happened in jail. It had nothing to do with Casanova.
So they rushed Taxstone, who, by the way, they're saying was motioning like he had a gun.
How? But you didn't know he was.
So you rushed the guy
said something, huh?
That's basically telling y'all, back up, I got a gun. Stop. Tiandre Willis Sr.
Well, if I'm already coming,
because
I don't think I'm going to stop now, right?
On the stand,
shoot me in my fucking stop.
They rushed Taxstone.
The wrong night that night, wasn't it?
They rushed Taxstone. That's what he said.
That's why he beat the murder and blew to the manslaughter.
Nobody heard Taxstone say any of this except for Troy Ave.
That's why Taxstone beat the murder and blew to the manslaughter lawyer.
That heard
Mr. State Prosecutor, you're supposed to know what happened.
Was Troy Ave. Everybody else
Your
only
leader
heard
the rat.
Banger say what's popping.
Your leader's a rat. With a little bit
only person that heard
grace at the end for saying I hit him first.
Taxstone say what's popping was Troy Ave.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Troy Ave literally says he hit me. I hit him first. And you sneak the manslaughter in. That's dirt ballish. Even with Troy having worse charges. It's clear as day what happened here. It's just not that clear for Jack, you know. He wants to run on the narrative
else
of you know,
as far as
social media. Yeah, hit the like button.
I am not saying that Casanova did. I'm
not saying
that Taxstone didn't say it. What I'm saying is no one else
I hit it for you.
Heard him say it, but Troy Ave.
Hit the like button for me.
That's the only person that heard him say it.
I don't want to work anymore because I'm working every day very hard and I never had money. Fucking shit. I don't want to work anymore because I'm working every day very hard and I never had. Everything is expensive, motherfucker. So I don't know. I don't know la chingada porque I never have money in my wallet, la verga. So
I'm not gonna lie, I'm seriously thinking about just worshiping the devil. I know that's the wrong thing to do, but if I assume I'm going to hell anyway, but if I worship the devil, I could die soon probably. I'm really considering doing it. I'm not even lying. I'm not gonna
just worship it, bud. You know it's the wrong thing to do. It's okay. You know beforehand that it's the wrong thing to do. And we do have the merch out now, y'all. We got a merch line going. You don't hit the like button. Nice merch. Looks good on you. How many TVs, man? How many TVs is that? That's fucking $10 whoever counts them. Cash after right. We're gonna do some different things with you see, you gotta know what to play with what you have in hand, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some different things with Teespring. You see, I got a little something in my trigger hand. So I'm gonna do like, let's say you fuck with us over here and we fuck with, you know what I mean? We're all good. I know you, right? I fucking, dude, if you need the logo, you need the merch, you need the graphic design, we do all that and put it on Teespring and you're able to go there and get it yourself. You feel me? And that's fire. I don't think nobody doing that on Teespring. Using Teespring's customization shop as the middleman. That's pretty wild. But I was inspired by my man D Vertical, man. Honest to God. I told D I wasn't even gonna do merch. And he showed me some shit he was doing. And I was like, nice. Jack, you're not doing nothing over there. If you call that a logo, it might be a logo. It might be a logo, but you literally use someone else's font. You literally use someone else's logo or emoji, and then you say a snowflake is a frost. You know you could put frost on a graphic too, right, Frost? You're giving your people half-ass shit, bro. That's what you're doing. Just half-assing them. You ain't gave no new designs, right? When's the last new design we seen over there? His first 3 weeks up? You know that the average human only has 3 seconds of an attention span now, Jack? Instagram fucked us up. What the fuck? Shout out to Instagram, too, for bringing money back for the pictures now. You see, Instagram was a picture fucking social media site. And they snatched the picture paying away. And now they're going to bring it back. Which they should, I believe.
So I'm just asking.
Yeah, they're going to hate me, though, because they weren't using much ink with Jack.
Now, I'm not saying he didn't say it.
You got 100 things on yours? Fire.
I'm just saying.
It was your first time as a designer.
From what's being spoken about and what they're saying.
And shit, it does get a little
tricky. The only person,
it's not like
a white man might have saved Taxstone from getting murdered too. So he's an idiot once again for trying to bring up race.
And I got everything down, man. I'm not making much profit off of any piece.
I believe a white man saved Taxstone from getting murdered too.
Everything's open season over here.
I believe a white man saved Taxstone from getting attempted murder. So he's an idiot once again. And I don't want to address it and just let that guy keep talking. I don't want to have to kick him.
I don't think the attorney did much at all.
Please don't engage with him. Because if you engage with him,
most of it,
like engage with him once or twice.
I don't hear.
But that's it. You don't have to keep having a running narrative with somebody that don't know what they're talking about. Copy? He just want to talk about race so bad. I'm about to kick him.
Dude, you always find the same things to kick people over, Jack.
So just leave him alone, because I don't want to kick anybody else also.
He literally said that I was bringing up race when he did it himself and just wouldn't realize he did it beforehand. It's like, bro. And you know what I've seen in that?
Leave him alone.
I've seen a bunch of moderators that were over there.
A white man, literally, in my opinion, a white man, man.
Yeah, for sure.
An older white man.
Anybody
literally saved Taxstone from getting murdered too and attempted murder.
Put a flag on my mic right here, and we're gonna put that promotion.
So once again, that guy's an idiot.
It's placed from my moderators.
Please don't engage.
Gonna go right here on my mic. They're gonna see him every time. I'm gonna switch it up, keep spinning it and shit. I got plans, bro.
He's an idiot.
I'm just gonna use Jack.
I'll explain why in a couple of moments.
Springboard me a little.
When we finish with this conversation, I'll explain why.
Respectfully.
And I'll explain how I know.
I wasn't expecting anything to begin with, but
he's an idiot.
I might as well like it, right? Like, I didn't imagine all these good folk come over here and fuck with me.
OG Dom says, unfortunately, Banger lost his life, so we'll never hear his side of the story. Troy Ave advantage to make himself look like a victim.
I can say that there's definitely been more good than bad.
I've spoken to people who were there. So, R.I.P. Banger.
Shout out to him.
I've spoken to numerous people who was there.
It's not a bad thing.
Just so kick him. If he keeps doing that, just kick him.
You were in court.
I don't care to have him
there, Jack. What the fuck are you talking about? He gave testimony of why he was there. Are you missing that?
Tiandre, just so we can be clear,
you weren't outside the courtroom.
I've spoken to numerous people
you weren't
who
with
claim
the
to be there, and I've spoken to numerous people who have heard stories from the people who were there. So I'm not saying I know I wasn't there. I know you wasn't there, but we also aren't supposed to believe the people who are in the room. There was 80 people in the room. You don't think there's like 80 people, 60 people in the room. You don't think no one else would have been close enough to hear this? You think the only people that could have possibly have heard this was Troy Ave and Tax in Banger?
Against him, bro. That's love. That goes to show love, bro. Nobody come to tell on you. Not one person in that whole club but Troy Ave come to tell. And he's not a rat? When he had more charges.
So my question is this. Why didn't they rush Casanova? Troy Ave got all of this heat for Casanova.
Wild, bro.
See this? I'm going to explain something to you. So, and this is not me knocking Troy Ave. I'm not coming for Troy Ave. I'm not anti-Troy Ave. All right? Just so we can be clear.
For testifying.
But we are going to talk about this situation in its entirety. And there's going to be days I'm going to say things, and the people who support Troy Ave is not going to like the things that I say. And there's going to be days that I'm going to say things, and the people who support Taxstone is not going to like the things that I'm going to say. I'm just going to be clear.
Oh, let them young kids have that shit.
I'm just going to be clear.
There's more room for prison time with the young.
Just so we can be clear. There's days that whoever, because I'm talking about everything from everything. All right.
So all that jumbled up, you don't want to talk about it, mess is now coming out.
So why didn't they go after Casanova? Because now it seems like all he's talking about, he's been going at Casanova on the music forever, right? He's been going at Casanova forever on the music. He's been going after Casanova on social media like crazy. But when y'all saw Casanova and Taxstone, y'all chose to go after Taxstone rather than Casanova.
You see, you can't.
I didn't split up
and then say Troy Ave was talking.
He's talking about he's been going at Casanova on the music forever, right? He's been going at Casanova forever on the music. He's been going after Casanova on social media like crazy. But when y'all saw Casanova and Taxstone, y'all chose to go after Taxstone rather than Casanova.
Yeah, this is the leader.
I didn't split up.
Think about it, y'all. We got 25 people in here. That's about
some of y'all didn't jump on Taxstone, and some of y'all.
He's got, let's say,
there's a lot of evidence.
People over there watching him nightly, right, or daily. Not one person comes over here to see what we're talking about. Not one. Not one, Pimp.
People are concerned that did not get into the trial. It couldn't get in because it didn't have any foundation.
I wonder how many new subscribers he's picked up this month.
You know how people just like talking and they just like saying any old thing, and then people say, "Yeah, I think you're right."
That's what you're literally doing.
With court, you have to build the foundation.
Oh, dude, that's what you're doing. You have to build.
You understand? You have to build the foundation to allow the evidence. You can't just say a thing. It's not like these niggas be talking in the street.
Yeah, he's got 500 new subscribers, all in pack.
I'm telling you, that's what I'm trying to explain.
He gained 500 new subscribers out of all them people. So
and this is why
person subscribed. I don't believe that.
When they did the Troy Ave case, and no disrespect to the people who covered the Troy Ave case, I'm not coming for them at all. I actually think that the lawyer that did the Troy Ave case, Lawyers for Workers, I actually think that he's really good at his job. He does a great thing too. He helps people who aren't being paid appropriately at the jobs that they're working, get their money from their employers. So he does a great thing. Shout out to homie. This is I'm in no way coming for him. But those guys did a terrible job when they did Tory Lanez. And you want to know why?
Oh, is that
because they covered Tory Lanez with the idea that they wasn't going to say anything that wasn't street related. So the shit that was court related, they didn't even really talk about. They spoke about everything, like how street people will have a conversation.
Bro. You went in there and wrote down
people that don't know the law will have a conversation. Now, with that being said, I understand why that Milligrams chick, shout out to her, no disrespect to her either. I understand why she reported the way in which she reported. Because that's her content.
No one can do it better than Jack.
Maybe she does gossip.
He watches.
That's her content. She doesn't cover court cases. She does gossip. So why in the heck would you expect for her now, to be able to give you
bugs the hell out of me? Somebody that
conversation based
literally and tells everybody else that they're the ones doing it. Dude, you're literally gossiping right now. The case is over.
Yeah, Tori. Why would you expect for her to be able to give you conversation based on what's happening in the court? With all due respect to her, she covers gossip.
That's what this whole trial for you covering was. Gossip, dickhead.
You know how many other people in that facility had a gun also?
What pedestal did this man come down from? Wasn't he just the man talking about?
I believe Esquire did the best he could do with the situation that he had.
Don't want him around.
That's just what I believe.
Kill himself
and that's
on live
me being in the courtroom and hearing what the judge didn't allow for the jury to hear.
What did he get up on? Better than Eric. What the fuck? That's wild, man.
Remember, I'm in the courtroom. I'm listening to what the judge is saying he is not going to allow. And I'm listening to the judge saying, okay, give me reason why I should allow this as evidence.
BBN on the scene. Got my own newsroom, y'all. Stop the cap. I do got that sound bite now, yo.
And Esquire's trying his best.
I'm pretty sure.
But he needs people to step forward. He needs people to come up and step forward.
Nobody's coming up to step forward. That's a tell in itself, sir.
So if
you guys know,
shout out to Tiandre Willis Sr. becoming
we all know what's gonna happen to Jack in the end, right? Every single time. So how you look shiny and ashy at the same time. You know what? Kevin likes to come in striking. Like he's like aggressive all the time. All the time. That's what's up.
He said, I'm gonna join the green team again, you rat bastard.
On demand over here. So.
All of the things.
Facts. Hit the merch link. Look good tomorrow. Or it'd be cheap if we get the shit. I did say that the fucking shit.
Anybody else joining? We could use everybody
just me.
To join. We got 104 people in here. Everybody should join. That's one $5 donation. Every single person in here right now that ain't a hater should join.
No, you'll say
haters can join too. I don't care
now because it's only $5 a month. That's what you say, Jack. Or you won't say it, but you'll just make them feel it. Yeah. Remember, he's asking you guys what to do next.
When we speak on that particular situation in Tennessee, I don't really want to talk on it too much because it's going to get me effed up and blocked really bad. Shout out to Sharice joining Frost Army.
He does go follow those drill raps.
Join Frost Army.
Frost might meet
his just guaranteeing one $5 drop a month.
I promise
that's not going to kill you, and that helps keep the channel pushing in the right direction.
He won't even make nothing for you.
Appreciate you.
He ain't going to give you shit extra.
Rat bastard.
Nothing's coming to you for that. I'll be on Jack Frost channel now. What you get from it? Popping. What's popping? Blackout. What's popping? Kevin. James is back in the building. Frost, 40-year-old scammer. Always love. Yeah, he's damn it. Yeah. He likes to call people gay until he finds out that they're gay, and then he probably slides in their DMs. I was just seeing if he was gay.
Lamar Green says, yeah, more people should
find out the gay guys and saying they're not gay. Well, I'm gay. Oh, I know I was gay too.
have just
Scooter
come out and told the truth
over there, y'all.
Once again,
out to that shit
this is
too.
just in all
fairness, running with a fucking cold.
This is what the issue is. I think could be an issue.
That shit, every bit of fucking.
Some people don't want to take the stand because then you got to answer
probably stronger,
truthfully to.
They're all in shambles over Dagburn. Scooter running a heavier cult than us.
And some of these people might have
fire, bro.
Situations, cases.
Motherfucking thing, Pimp.
They might not.
I salute that shit.
Want the DA to be looking into their past.
How long have you been putting?
So that could be it, but that's why you got to keep somebody with you. That's like a designated driver. You have to keep people with you that they can go and take the stand. You have to keep people with you that they're clean. They don't got no laws that they broken. They have a clean record. They got to clean everything. You know, you have to keep people with you like this because you don't know what might happen that you might need somebody to go testify.
Jack just don't like it that it's him.
So please stop making all of the people, stop making it seem like a person got to be dirty. Stop trying to make it seem like a person has to be a criminal in order to hang out with you because those same criminals are not going to be able to take the stand if you need somebody to take the stand.
Any of us.
There's nothing wrong with hanging out with some squares.
We're falling apart. He is,
man. And allowing those
giving him a shout out too for
not abusing them and not acting crazy and not trying to steal from them or come up off of them.
Yeah, you can tell.
There's nothing wrong with that. Because if y'all hung out with more squares, there'd be less niggas in jail for shit that they didn't do.
Durkee deserves it too, bro. He's one of them people.
Now I don't know
does too much on the internet, bro.
Way or the other, why and or how.
You shouldn't put it on the internet, Dirk.
Let me rephrase that.
He come from fucking those whites of West Virginia, didn't he? Didn't he try to take over the show and shit? If I'm thinking right. I think that's why I was so.
I am not putting blame or fault on anyone. Taxstone was found guilty of manslaughter in the first degree.
Ain't nobody found guilty like you are, bro.
Of
you're on Dagburn top 4.
Reckless endangerment or something. I forgot what the other one he was found guilty of. I'll look it up.
Shit's funny.
But he was found guilty, and that's what it is. What I'm saying is this. We have a big problem.
That's fucking great.
We have a big issue. Period. Because what people want to do is,
how come all the other ones ain't on fucking YouTube?
People only want to hang out with other people that they know are criminals. They don't want to hang out with no regular civilians.
Yes, I do, Frost.
Sometimes hanging out with that square might be the difference.
Who do you think you're talking to?
Who you thought was real, who you thought they would never take the stand, deciding to take the stand. And now you don't have no coverage. They're giving themselves all of the fucking shade, all of the coverage.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ark G. He says a lot of evidence wasn't permitted. Unfortunately, it's no way for Tax to beat that. They got him in tech issues. That's a fact.
Way too hard.
Shout out to
Troy F. Come here.
LLC. He says with the $5 drop, he said, "Long live Banger, R.I.P. Banger." That's a fact.
Did you slide in on YouTube when they were monetizing people? I know now they won't even monetize people.
So y'all have to figure out how do you want to do this?
His cousin's not be trying.
That's it. How do y'all want to do this? Because at the end of the day, if you don't have no squares with you,
that's nice. Just go.
If you don't got no people with you that ain't criminals, and something happened, who's gonna take the stand?
News from Dirty from you. That's how I know it's solid as fuck. A lot of people come over
so the dudes y'all consider to be fake,
lying on Jack.
They all taking the stand.
Don't like my narrative, huh? Make me change my narrative, Jack. I'm a very I can even out with you, man. Like I told you, if you quit talking, all the lying in the
tell me what a lie at.
We were just not even talking
all
about
the dudes y'all consider to be fake.
But Liberty still needs those kids for $1,500, y'all.
Right?
Nobody counted the TV.
Tell me what a lie. I'm here. I'm listening. Kim's reaction says, "I left the streets alone years ago. Now it's a regular civilian living." I'm very happy to be a regular civilian.
That isn't even nothing to brag.
I'm very happy. The people I want to hang out with ain't out here committing crimes in the middle of the street.
Oh, you're a liar. You wouldn't love to hang out with either one of these fucking rappers.
The people I want to hang out with ain't out here.
You would absolutely run right to their house if they left.
They just not.
Shut the fuck up, Frost.
The people I want to hang out with is doing shit, making money. The people I want to hang out with ain't hating on nobody. Yeah. The people I want to hang out with ain't doing weirdo shit.
Yeah. It is fun. It's a hobby too. I get the hobby part of it. I enjoy buying shit for it.
Those are the people I want to hang out with.
Well, it ain't much.
There's not a nigga out here.
You can get that.
I
get it, dude. It is
in the streets trying to shoot the block up.
But it's time for
that I want to hang out with. There's not one.
Even editing's fucking a bitch. That's why
I'm not looking to hang out with any of these people.
I don't think we're looking to hang out with you, Jack. When's the last time we said, "Hey, Jack, can we come over and hang out"?
I'm not dogging them. I'm not talking bad about them or nothing. That's just not my. It's not my.
Dog me.
I want to be. I want to be home by 2 at the latest. I'm just keeping it a stack with you.
I've already did.
When I look, it's 2:00 and I'm still outside. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
I try to own your thing and get over.
There's only a couple of people I want to hang out with that we're gonna be outside past 2:00. I want to be home. That's why I gotta go find me a wife. I want to be home at 2.
I'm a second, third, fourth, 5 chance person.
I want the event I'm going to start at 8 and to end somewhere around midnight.
Hurtful. I'm pretty much get over a lot, bud. I didn't grow up with any brothers, any sisters. It was just me. So
because most of the
I
entrepreneurs and most of the people that's getting that bag wake up early. So I want to wake up early.
Internet, man. Don't tell me I gotta work tomorrow, motherfucker. No. Hell no, please no. Dude, somebody called out our boss on WhatsApp and the group chat for all the shit.
We talking about this situation.
Fucked up there. He'll be out there soon.
Could we just take a break from this for one moment? I want to say something about the situation that happened in Tennessee.
We said, I got tired. I'm telling everybody else on here. I said, yeah, he's boss.
I'm gonna mind my words.
He owns the group chat.
I do not want to get blocked out by YouTube again because I get in trouble all the time.
He said, what happened to my
demons roam past midnight? I want to be home. I want to be home. I want to be home by 1.
It was served, right? You know, but
all right. So listen, pay attention.
Gotta be left unsaid, man. That's your boss.
One, y'all all know I don't trust this movement to remove firearms from the public. Our Constitution was specifically created in order to protect the people from the government. I'm going to say that again because people don't know history.
The people from the people. So
our Constitution
we didn't have a form of government when that Constitution
created to protect the people from the government.
No.
I'm going to say this again one more time.
It just says that in the one fucking thing says that. And you think that the whole Constitution is written on against the government.
So our Constitution was specifically created to protect the people from the government.
Tyrannical government.
Now,
but the whole Constitution is written for fucking
what's our
government
first
to be against
two rights?
God, he's crazy.
Freedom of speech, which is actually the freedom to criticize government. What's our second right? Our second right is the freedom to bear arms, the right to bear arms.
To defend against the tyrannical government. That's the only place it says it.
Who's always trying to take our rights away for the most part?
Watch where he goes.
The Democrats.
That was so low level.
Why the Democrats always trying to take our rights away?
The Democrats, y'all.
That's not all of our rights, but specific rights.
You think it's the Democrats?
Now, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this
more specific,
as well as I can.
Maybe. Or
we have a mental
people that
health
are funding
issue
these
in
things
America.
to happen. You know, lobbying
not a fire
for it to happen, Jack. Like, you think it's just the Democrats?
I'm going to say this again. We have a mental health issue in America,
yes,
not a firearms issue.
The fucking fucked up thing is that a mental health patient is telling us this. And that's
what our firearms aren't getting up by themselves, walking to places and then letting off. Our firearms are being carried by people that have mental health disorders.
Because of our government allowing that to happen without them going under the radar.
Those mental health disorders are then taking the firearms and using those firearms to cause destruction.
So you don't want to, you want to fight against
firearms
guns in a way that would stop maybe that. You know, that kid could have left that school shooting too, but no, it was another gun that stopped that.
Now, if you pay attention, the firearms that they want to get rid of the most is semi-automatic.
No.
Pardon me, assault rifles. Why? Let's say we ever had to fight against our own government. Which guns do you think our government would be more concerned over?
Assault rifle is just a semi-automatic rifle, Jack.
Now I'm about to hit you in the head. Right? Pay attention.
Do you even understand?
In our inner cities, semi-automatic guns, pardon me, assault rifles isn't a problem in our inner cities.
Yeah, I know, right, Kevin?
Handguns are.
I can't never say that word.
So why aren't they trying to ban handguns?
Never say that word. That's one of them words that haunt me.
They're trying to ban assault rifles.
Where do you hear this at? No one has bothered our guns lately. Where are you hearing this at? They'll never take the assault rifle, bro. It's a semi-automatic rifle. They'll never take it. They can get those switches out of here because those are man-made.
Is mental health.
That's made outside the market, Jack.
That's our problem.
Switches, but don't touch anything else, or you'll have a big problem. You think there's been riots?
We live in a society that encourages
That's when all races and creeds and people will come together. There's one I can count on. Touch those guns, government. I dare you. I dare you. They don't even want you touching Trump, let alone the guns. They're ready to go crazy right now for Trump.
We live in a society that encourages people to believe that they were born the wrong
right
gender.
now, man. America's seeing some hope, so let them fucking have some hope. That's the way I feel.
I am not one to think that God made a mistake. Thank you, problematic. So I don't think there's a human being that's ever been born that's been born the wrong gender. I don't believe God makes mistakes.
Not mistakes, no. But you can not believe in something and have your morals, but you still have to stand ground in order to.
But we live in a society.
Someone else to have a good life, Jack. It's not all about you. Life is never about you.
That pushes.
When you figure that out, Jack, you might get on
the narrative that God makes mistakes.
His daughter's gay. Mr. Scooter Beggars let us know that. And
we call that having your own opinion.
That's fucking crazy.
Correct? If I'm wrong about any of this, put it in the chat.
But you know what God did give us?
18,
choice.
Verse 18, line 2 says, a fool takes no pleasure in understanding, but only in expressing his own opinion.
Oh, no.
So we live in a society, just so we can be clear.
Oh, no. You're not doing this.
That encourages the idea that God makes mistakes.
It has nothing to do with making mistakes. You see, if you're not involved with your own child and understanding that she's gay, you will then learn that most of them isn't about a mistake happening at all. It's just that we have a free will, conscious thinking brain that may just want to be gay, Frost. By any means, what's that to do with you? I've never in my life been bothered by a person that wants to be gay or is gay. Actually, I have a pretty good friend named Eric. Big motherfucking dude. Fucking fist bigger than my face. Big old gay dude. He's a big old homosexual. We laugh, have fun, make jokes. You think it bothers Eric? Fuck no. You know, he's taking home his little thing at night and tearing his ass up probably. Dude's little as hell too.
Just something to think about when
my age, he got a little boy.
Gun regulation, firearms regulation,
young,
but they're not saying anything about the obvious mental health problems that America has.
What?
And it's in a national standpoint at this point, because not as many people actually agree that God is making mistakes, but the narrative that's being put out there is that most people agree with it, because why else would they keep voting Democrat?
With them making a mistake is the fact that these people decide to.
So that's all I got to say on that.
That's the choice in it, Jack. And it's not very godly of you to go pass some judgment, sir. You weren't here to pass judgment. See, that's the problem lies at home and in the teachings, man. You know, we've done let them take home.
That's all I got to say on that. I don't really want to speak on that much longer.
Out of school, like cursive writing. We're now teaching our kids not to sign.
I don't really want to speak on that. You could come to whatever decision you have on that.
Young men, where's the signature going? Oh, that's right. We just need your initials in this box.
You could have whatever conversation you want to have on that. I'm not here. I don't really want to discuss that.
Your signature is going to be
because once again, my interpretation is that we have a mental health problem in America, just in general. Remember, we got people that think that they have a right to stalk other people, and I'm not even talking about this Taxstone situation. I'm just talking about in general. We got people that create stalking pages against people, and then they actually get people to come and join their gang stalking of another human being.
No, there's no gang over here, bub.
And they just
just a group of people that are associated to you.
We have an issue
in America. Been done wrong, and you're getting called out about it. You don't like it on the internet, huh?
We have
that's damaging to you, ain't it?
We have a very bad issue in America, and it has to do with
how to get out of it.
And you can do whatever that you want to do with
that mental health illness.
So we can be clear.
Keeps putting you right back to the drawing board.
Let's get back to what we was talking about. I don't really want to discuss this.
We know it.
But I did want to shine a little bit of light onto it.
Rico, that's facts.
So you can understand my perspective on this. I think we got a mental health issue. Once again, I don't think it's a firearm issue.
Been in a mental health.
Once again, I'm never gonna vote for. I would never vote for against civilian citizens
while you're pissing
being able to have firearms. I would never vote against that.
Bro,
I would advise you dudes don't
that from his
either.
chicken
I would just never vote against that.
He's literally 5 feet from his piss.
If you know anything about war, you know the first thing that Rome did was surround the country.
Wireless mic, it goes fucking.
I talk a little bit of facts real quick.
Outside.
If you know anything about the history of war, you know one of the first things that Rome did was surround the nation, cut off a nation's water supply, cut off a nation's ability to feed their people, and then after the people start, rebelling against their own country, then Rome would come in. Rome would make sure that country went down first, and then once people start rebelling,
you do understand Rome fell, right, Jack? You do understand that Rome fell, like all great, these things are set up to fall. History always repeats itself, Jack. That's one thing for certain. That isn't a thought that we think history repeats itself. That's a fact.
Then Rome would then come in and take the country over. And if you look at what's going on in the country that we currently live in, we have a lot of issues that's going on. That's water supply, food supply.
La la land, dude.
So do with that what you want. It's not necessarily something I want to get into a real long conversation about. But I'll tell you I can if I felt like it.
Yeah. Sure.
With that being said, what else y'all want to talk about?
Characteristics there, bud.
Involving court cases, not involving those. And just so we can be clear, the person that they said is responsible is a female that recognizes themselves as a him or a he or a him. So
now the person telling him all this
is a person who is a naturally born woman who sees herself as a man.
And told you all this. How did that end up there? That's a big old.
Y'all ready to do Fetty Wap?
That's a big old.
I want to say something about K Flock before we move on to Fetty Wap.
He was telling us about all this happening in the case, his inside information. He wasn't telling nobody who it was. And then it got into people being gay, God. And then it ended with the person that was telling him all this is gay and a transgender. What? You think these people are that stupid? Oh, yeah, that's right. They're fucking bots. 500 fucking bots over there, y'all. He got 500 this month.
The K Flock case.
This man ain't got 500 subscribers out of him already. No way. No fucking way he got 500 out of him.
We are thinking about covering the K Flock case.
Please do.
There's a lot of things going on in the background over here at the BBN. We'll see what happens. We're thinking about covering the K Flock case.
Background, y'all.
That can be a problem, and that can be quite problematic because once again, you got a lot of these young kids out here.
Wax your ass up.
And
I courthouse steps.
Say what's happening in court for the most part. So there's never no telling what some idiot might feel like, oh, he reported on something that they said in court and it don't make K Flock look good. Like what I report has anything to do with the jury. Like what I report don't have anything to do with the jury. It don't have nothing at all to do with what the jury is going to do. Nothing. I'm just telling you guys what I saw in court.
Your life,
but
right?
We never know who don't understand that. And so that's
facts.
Problematic. Especially since I ride the train.
Don't put us in a replay.
If I was driving in a car, I don't know how might be a little different situation. Also, I don't like Ubering. I think Ubering is an easy way to get set up, not for nothing.
What?
So I won't Uber to a place and then Uber to another place. You understand what I'm saying? Like I don't do that. I advise y'all guys stop doing that. If I Uber to somewhere, I'm not Ubering from that place to another place, because you might Uber somewhere so somebody could get eyes on you.
Okay.
And once they get eyes on you and you jump back in that second Uber, they run up on the car, and then it is what it is.
And then they
Feel
just
me?
run up on the car.
So I don't do
while
that
you were out there waiting on the Uber
at all.
Why wouldn't they just get
I'm
you
from the
before you got
80s.
an Uber?
Niggas be out here trying to set niggas
Why would
up
they follow you again? Then just
over nothing. So yeah, so I won't
drill
Uber
boys, bro. Let's
anywhere
take you on a
and
drill.
Uber straight from
like
that place to another place like immediately. We're not doing that.
Right with me.
I gotta be at a place for a while before I jump in another Uber to go somewhere else.
That was
You know what I'm
God.
saying? I'm just keeping it a stack with you.
It's because he did CK wrong like that. That's how he did CK wrong for that money. He didn't show up. He got in a bunch of different Ubers and shit. Said, "I got spooked out. They're trying to set me up."
I think I'm gonna kick you.
He's always got a reason for what he says, man. The only reason he said that's because he fucking ripped.
Kim's reaction show said exactly for us. That's why I'm skeptical about covering K Flock, because I live in the Bronx and I'm not trying to get caught up in the street ish. I'm from the Bronx when the Bronx was the Bronx. Right now, the Bronx is just a place where you got a lot of people running around with no direction.
It's always been that way.
When I was growing up, we had dangerous people running around with direction. It was just totally
Where'd
different.
they go?
You understand what I'm saying? Like,
where'd they go, Jack?
There's a lot of killers out there right now. I'm telling you, that's in their 40s and in their 50s. And if these young boys run into them on the wrong day, that they don't, it's going to be bad. There's a lot of killers out there right now.
Let it happen
in the Bronx in their 40s and their 50s.
Shit, I've seen some very fucking quiet.
There's a lot of. I'm just telling you what it is. A lot of them came home. A lot of them never got caught.
Axl Rose song "Welcome to the Jungle's" about.
I'm just telling you what it is, man.
Dude. My whole time I was there. Then I was on the general population.
So I'm skeptical about covering that particular case because
I was in general population. My next,
I already know how dudes give it up. You understand what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens. Maybe I cover the case. Maybe I won't.
And then these dudes,
but whenever you're covering these cases where somebody got killed,
fucking beat like three people up right there where we stood.
Be careful, because there's people involved in this, and
he pulled
their emotional
hair out of his body.
You know, they have a right to be emotional.
It was
they lost a loved one, so we could be clear. And there's people involved in this that you covering the case, and in their mind, you're trying to get their homeboy locked up, or you're trying to get their homeboy put away, and that's not even on your mind.
Down with 3 of them, bro. Yeah, they told on him and shit. Yeah,
and to be perfectly honest with you, and I'll say this, we're not covering it currently. I could say this without hearing any evidence or anything like that. It looks pretty bad for K Flock.
Oh, here we go.
If what happened in this Taxstone case isn't proof, that K Flock is not going to be able to go out there and say, what up, young Earl? K Flock is not going to be able to go out there and claim self-defense. I know you think, a lot of people think he is. He's not going to be able to do that. That's not going to work.
Goddamn, the internet takes these things and grows and drives them. These are.
I'm just telling you what it is,
dude.
You got a lot of people that think that K Flock is going to be able to go be like, "Yo, self-defense, you rich bitch."
Internet, man.
That's just not necessarily going to work.
Happy if you do.
I don't see it working. I don't think that that's something that he's going to be able to. I don't think that that's something that's going to work for them. That's just my opinion.
Now, what if a jury member ends up seeing this? That's why they say don't talk.
And the lawyer that he has,
you could be leading this.
Generally speaking, isn't that lawyer better at doing deals than anything else? I don't think he has a trial lawyer. I don't think he has a lawyer that wins trials. I think he has a lawyer that.
You think an attorney is successful without winning trials, Jack? You got to make this clear for me.
And there's a difference, by the way.
No.
There's a big difference.
You're a fucking big idiot.
So you might not even know.
They're all good at making deals, you dumb fuck.
You hear people say, this person's lawyer, this person's that person's lawyer, this person's that person's lawyer. But then look at how many trials that lawyer actually won. Some of these lawyers, they're good at making deals. They're not good at getting people
attorney out.
Exonerated
pick
from
a guy out of fucking white pages and say, "There's my attorney."
But they can make the hell of a deal.
Usually, you know how you hear about it.
So know what kind of lawyer you got. You know how the shit is moving. That's what I'm saying.
Or got a great fucking deal.
With all due respect.
Idiot, bro. Attorneys make it because they can win trials. Or they wouldn't even have a practice, bro.
I don't believe he has a lawyer that's one of those lawyers that win a lot of trials. I think he has one of those lawyers that he's good at making deals.
He can't stop. You know, if he just shut up about Taxstone's trial right now and ended it like it should be, if he just covers cases right,
maybe they're trying to get 45 years out of you, but he go make a deal, you get 15.
And leading yourself down a dark path. Mental health, man. He can't help but to get on there and lie. Pathological.
Talking about Dawn Florio. Shout out to Dawn Florio. She's always been nice to me every time I've seen her.
He gets to Instagram to lie and make himself look good because he knows most people.
He went with Shotty's lawyer, correct?
He probably don't have many people over here he knows are real.
He went with Shotty's lawyer, the dude that was Shotty, right? And
doesn't do these shows on Instagram at all, but found himself
El Chapo lawyer, right? That's who he went with, right? So I don't know.
Totally different audiences, man.
It looks bad. He went with a lawyer that makes deals. Like I said before, he went with a lawyer that makes deals.
In Instagram a little bit. I didn't even fuck with it for a while. Yeah. You know what, dude? Them dudes, them drill dudes, that's what they're known for, just busting off anywhere they're at.
Yeah, but Dawn Florio always been nice, always been polite.
Courthouse and shit.
She's pretty cool.
That were direct.
She's cool for real.
In tune with K-Flock.
She's pretty cool. She's tall too, like model tall.
And before we go, I'm gonna bring up something for y'all. This should be easy. Oh, just one letter. Google loves me.
And yes, I've had words and spoke with quite a few of these lawyers that are actual lawyers of these rappers. I'm Jack.
And I'll bring her up. I'm tired of this dude's narrative, man. He just pushing the wrong thing.
Just
calling people rats, calling people
Shotty's
cases and still pleas.
K-Flock's lawyer and me don't have a good
stalking.
Don't have a good
not even charged with stalking, but you're putting.
But I think that has more to do with they were trying to troll me on my page, and they was doing a lot of bullshit to make it look like make Shotty feel comfortable.
No, you literally had.
I'm just a reporter.
Call him a snitch.
I don't know what to tell you. Like y'all should have been more concerned with the shit that was happening in court. Less concerned with what I was saying. What time we got? It's not even 11 o'clock yet.
You're gonna go for another hour. We know. But I'm gonna stop you right there, man. Because look, y'all, we over here, we have Pacer. We pay for Pacer. I like the extra advantage we get with Pacer. All right. Let's go. I'll just look for the parties in his case. Jack, his last name is Maxwell. His first name's not Maxwell, Jack. Now watch me as I do this, Jack. Let's see. Do you guys have it? Yeah. First name Willie, Jack. Willie, imagine that. Now, we're going to say exact matches only because we don't want to fuck with no one else, Frost. Got it? We're going to say criminal, you know, for the fuck of it, you know. What do we find, Jack? In fact, he is a junior. He's like a third, I believe. One case, Jack. Just one. Let's go ahead and switch this stream up back over to it. I got to switch the screen. I forgot. Well, I remembered that time, y'all. All right, live database. We're in. I was going to do it every time I press one. Motherfucker. Let's see. Let's run that report. Here we have it, Jack. Imagine that. Is this what I had last? Yeah. So Jack must... So Jack must see the first thing in this case and see a sealed document. Huh? Sealed indictment? Oh, he's got it sealed, you guys. He's got this fucking shit sealed. I'll be damned. But if you look up Taxstone's name in here, you'll see the same thing under a federal charge. Case indictment sealed. Now, Jack, if you go through here, once you get through the government doing their thing, is because what they're doing is they're literally asking the judge, can I take this to a grand jury? Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to go to the grand jury with this. Up until then, it stays sealed because the indictment hasn't been approved of, right? They're not saying, okay, go get him. We found enough evidence to indict him. That's what the feds do, Jack. They indict you. Usually when you get indicted, they've already got enough evidence to then find you guilty. That's the way they work, bro. I've dealt with people in the feds all my life. All my life, I've seen people go to the feds, bro. I seen a buddy of mine skip the feds by the hair of a chinny chin chin, but he ended up doing 23 years. Just got out recently. You know, that enough right there till you get out the fucking streets. Okay. Then what it says. 10/29/2021. Order granting motion to unseal case as to Anthony Leonard, Robert Leonard, William Jr., Brian Sullivan, Anthony Kevon. Does this look like a bunch of people in this RICO right here, Jack? Here, you're right. He was on a RICO with people. He's still on that RICO with people. We just watched the fucking case down there where everybody pled guilty in that RICO. Everyone. But there is nothing with Fetty Wap saying, I'm doing this. You guys got this. My statement. No. Indictment unsealed as to Bryant. And then they went out and said, look, notice of the attorney appearance. He already had somebody in there, yo. He heard about it, had someone in there. Because that's where the attorney Elizabeth comes in for Willie Jr. beforehand for anybody else. Order referring a case to magistrate judge, boom, to conduct an arraignment on the superseding indictment information to appoint counsel if appropriate. See, they're already on top of him, making sure he has an attorney already appointed. Every single one of them get an attorney because they don't know if you can afford an attorney. They don't really give a fuck. They're going to give you one anyway. Okay? They got one for you. Consent order for plea as to Willie J. So ordered by magistrate, blah, 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 blah. And then it says any bond applications. So they get you a bond pre-hand. So they say, once we pick him up, we may be able to give him a bond. No. Okay, we won't. Sometimes you get a bond, sometimes you won't, Jack. I don't know why I'm telling you this. You're a lawyer. So all that's pre-hand done before you even know about your fucking indictment, right? Most people. Somehow Willie knew about this one. Minute entry for proceedings held before the judge. That's mean all the people of the government come before the judge. Case called. Counsel for all sides present. An arraignment. Frost, you see that? I don't know how sealed you think this thing is, because you see, they point out where you can go find even more paperwork. Defendant enters a plea of not guilty to the superseding indictment. Waivers his speedy trial executed. Time excluded from 10/21 to 11/24. Permanent order of detention entered. That means he's not going home. Not today, Willie. A Rule 5-4 order has been entered. Defendant waives a public reading of the indictment. Says I don't need to be there. I believe that could have been because of Corona too, though. Okay. Summarize the possible consequences of the violating all those applications, blah, blah, blah. So he went to court a few times here, we see. And he was like, dude, nothing's going on. Kind of like what Taxstone was saying, can I get a bond? Can I get a bond? And every last one of these men were offered a bond, Jack. I think you might be getting your information from WAC 100. I'll be damned. It has to be, because it's all the wrong fucking information you're talking about. And you're driving this narrative. And this is an open fucking case. You're telling everybody Fetty Wap's a snitch. You are, Jack. And what do we do on AD? We prove that Jack Frost is not telling the truth. And he, in fact, is not snitching. Nowhere in my fucking sight do I see anything of him snitching. Then it says, due to a scheduling conflict at the facility in which the defendant resides, the status conference currently said, well, we'll be held at 10:30. Probably a prison sentence, prison time thing. It's probably where he's being seen in the court. Bond hearing, okay. Conditions of release and bond was executed. So, in fact, we all know Fetty Wap did make a bond. And we all know Fetty Wap fucked up and went back in prison. Something that a snitch... Do you hear a snitch doing those things? Fucking up on bond and going back to jail? That's what snitches do, y'all. Let's see here. Okay, they fucked up on a docket entry there, and they said, "Oh, sorry, we fucked up. Let's fix it. The enter has been deleted and re-entered as the appropriate defendant." Okay. Okay, so we're telling them all the telephone numbers. See, Jack, I mean, you can literally go get this information with telephone numbers, access codes, all that shit. But you're going to pay for this. Letter in closing, supplemental, blah, blah, blah. Discovery as to, look at that, Jack. You see this right here? That's literally pointing out where you can go find the information for the discovery as to William Jr. Maxwell. Do you think this late in the case, 3/3/22? Just last year, bro. Okay. Conference will be held later in closing supplemental rule, blah, 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 blah. They're most unsealed documents. See, they do a lot of sealing and unsealing within the federal authority, because there's a lot of things that are happening that they do not want the public to see at that specific time. Now, once he may go back to a prison or whatever, or to a jail where he's being housed, then they'll let you know, hey, he's been in court. But they don't risk anyone of escaping, sir. Like, if you know where you're going to be that day, you can phone in for all the crazy shit to happen. Yeah, history went back in. Right there. Plea of guilty should not be accepted. Look at that, Frost. There's a guilty plea right here. Here's the bond revocation hearing where they locked his ass back up. Permanent order of detention entered. Defendant remanded in custody. 10 days later, he signed a plea. I don't think they're denying that, Jack. If he was a snitch, they would deny that. What's this tell you right here, Jack? Dates and all, baby. Dates and all. Look at this. Look at that, Jack. Look at this here. Look at this here. So much more paperwork to be seen, Jack. So much more, but it ain't much different than what we see here. You're not going to see a lot different. But there's nothing in there that says snitch at all. And I scoured the internet. There's like 2 channels that say he was a snitch. And you heard it here first. Dude's got no fucking subscribers. So where are you getting this information? Or did you see it on a little channel and you just thought it'd be cool to run with? It's not cool, bro. You're pushing the Taxstone narrative that he was a stalker. If he, in fact, was a stalker, I think his charges would damn sure reflect that. It's unreal, dude. Don't come up on here pushing your fucking narrative, Jack. Whatever you're doing, do. I don't care. But you're being very rude to other people by saying that they're a stalking channel. They're gossip channels. But now you're talking about a case that's over. It's done. So what, you're going to do this until he's fucking sentenced? Hopefully he gets all the time because you keep talking about it. You're damaging to your own self, bud. And look, here we can see that Jack gets 100 subscribers at a time. But the day before, he only earned $3 on his live. His live subscriber count's down 74,000. How's that? How in the fuck is that? That's one to think about. That's fucking nuts, man. You're down more subscribers than you ever even had. I'll tell you what that's from. The subscribers that were never there. That they took back. Sad channel over there, ladies and gentlemen. So does Jack know that he's talking to people that really aren't there? Because my homie Netstar sent me a picture in the chat to me, and it showed a lot of people saying just like very normal things to Frost, right? Like, Frost is the best. Very robotic type things. Not going along with the agenda that he's talking. But then I see a lot of people over that are. So it's very odd. But there's no way in hell you can tell me that he gained 500 subscribers just by talking about this. He didn't. There's no fucking way. Not this dude. He's hated all over New York. Upstate, downstate, mid-state, every fucking borough. Nobody fucking with Jack. But the bots, baby. But the bots. Oh, let me fix something. That's not 70,000 subscribers down. He's 70,000 video views down. That's the live count, y'all. He's been gaining daily averages of 17 subscribers for the last 2 years. Make it make sense. When they break the 100 down. Oh, fucking A, man. God, that's a rabbit hole, dude. Jack's a rabbit hole, y'all. I thought he had 70,000. Yeah, last 30 days, 500 even. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Motherfucker. You cannot tell me these are... Dude. Every amount of subscribers he has is 100. It's done by hundreds, dude. Look. Month of January. No subs at all that month. None, y'all. This dude's channel's stagnant. And then in the month of February, he got 100 because he bought them. Then, you know, we all know 100 to 700. Look at this many. 2,800 fucking subs. What happened in July of 2022? Yeah. I thought he was above 66,000, bro. I thought he was over that, way over that now. That's what I'm saying, man. Like I started looking at all the people that were in his chat every single day, right? And then you have us channels, some channel like say Netstar, he talks about Frost, or anybody. You're lying right up next to Frost, so anytime they're watching something by you, they're gonna run across one of us, and not one person comes over. I thought to myself, that's fucking odd, because I know people, right? It's not hard to figure out. It's just what people do. Bro, it's fucking crazy. So he's literally over there talking to just people that don't give no two fucks. That's what he gets. And then he was like, I can't get in trouble with YouTube. Bro, you never get kicked off doing lives. But you lose monetization? But you never lose 7 days of going live, right? Get the fuck out of here. We all know better, bro. You're talking to people that have channels, pimp. That dude been buying subs for a long time. And when we look something up, look. Watch this. This is going to blow your mind. Watched the video earlier about it too. They said that a lot of people are able to get through with it. A lot of people get a lot of them through. So if he buys 2,800 in 1 month and he gets 900 through, then he wins. But is he really winning? It's just it's just the look of what it does. You see what I'm saying? It's not really doing anything. That's what they said. What happened with Hassan's channel? Yep, he's thought of buying subscribers, and it makes sense because these people get used. Let's say Jack got used to all those people, and Tekashi took off, and then all of a sudden they went away, and he started losing. He didn't want to lose that with the other. You know, he wanted the look of being big to other people, which I feel fuck if it ain't real, but it's odd, man. Like you got to put up with all that for that. I mean, dude, we know that you can get different numbers than 100, y'all. Like they all fall on the hundreds. And when you do this, you can literally go to a site. I wonder how much this I can and can't say. Let's do that. Okay? Let's do that. Let me scan. Because I'm not advocating buy subscribers at all. At all. I would rather do this grassroots or not. You know? It would be just a waste of time then. This first video you see, I bought 1,000 fake subscribers in 2022. And the experiment worked. Get the fuck out of here. If he can show it, I can. Okay. But they probably work for YouTube too. Here you go. You know what's funny about this? I'm going to show you guys this. Fuck it. Give a fuck. What the person buying subs going to tell on me for showing people how to buy subs? Imagine it will be. That's how it would be, though. You can do it with PayPal, y'all. Here you go. You know what's funny about all this, though? It's 100. It's 100. And I can see where it could get addicting to them. It's only $6. Yeah, it's nothing to go ahead and pop a fucking 100 in there, ain't it, Jack? I ain't giving that motherfucker on them motherfuckers nothing. Fast delivery. Why should you buy YouTube? YouTube subscribers show how interesting your content is. Your subscriber number is like the measure of your channel's quality, so it's important to have a high number of subscribers to attract more visitors. Not working, is it, Jack? What are YouTube subscribers? Okay. No risk of decrease. The services that you buy will be permanent, and there won't be any decrease. Otherwise, we guarantee that you will refill your losses in 6 months. Wow. Will I get banned? Your channel won't be banned if you buy high-quality services like ours. Our Insta followers is present in the business of years, worked with thousands of people on various social media sites. Our existence is such long-term comments we receive our proofs. On the other hand, some services have spam activities that might put your channel at risk. Whether you order views or subscribers, the service should be of higher quality. See, real YouTube subscribers consist of real people, as you can guess from the name. They're not bots or artificial. The hardest part of YouTube is getting the first 100 subscribers checkpoint, then 1,000, then 500, 5,000. Nah, not really. It's a task, but if you don't worry about it, it gets there faster. As you climb higher, it gets easier. You can watch the videos on YouTube about this subject, and all the famous YouTube stars probably will say the same. But you're talking about PewDiePie saying getting to the first 5,000 was hard, but he didn't buy them, though. So they're getting cash. That's wild, dude. What the fuck? What the fuck, dude? Get the fuck out of here, man. Why am I on here trying so goddamn hard, man? Get the fuck out of here. These motherfuckers is just buying them. And guess what? You get 100 for $6. Guess what Jack's channel does? 100 subs every fucking time, no matter which way. 100, 300, 400. You can clearly go to my social blade and see 4. 9, 12, odd numbers and shit. But no, not Jack Frost channel. Oh, Lord Almighty, man. There's got to be the way they can catch it, though, because that's what's happening to his channel when he loses monetization. It's got to be what happened. You buying subs, Pimp. You wild for that. That's the second time we talked about it, but it's getting more and more evident. Let's put it that way. Boy, oh boy. It's all kinds of these things, dude. 10 best sites to buy your YouTube subscribers. I'll be damned. These motherfuckers are real, dude. How much would you get paid to sit around and subscribe to people's channels? That's what they're doing, right? And I guarantee you they're bots. I don't give a fuck what any of those sites say. Somebody's setting bots off in there. That's why he said you might get spam and all that. Yeah, buddy. You got a bunch of motherfuckers spamming the hell out of your chat. Because they don't give a fuck about ours. They are delivered straight to that channel, buddy. Oh, that's bad. That's bad, bro. It is all mental health, dude. Yeah, you have to have that look that you're gaining. You didn't gain a fucking one from this trial. Not one. Because if you did, you would have 501. Holy shit, yo. You didn't gain one. AGTV ran that market, y'all. You just made Star think you was doing it. AGTV ran that market, man. Yep, because I know his was real, because guess what? I seen some of you folks in his chat. I sure did. I don't see nobody over here in his chat. I think he's blocked everybody on YouTube, ain't he? Ain't he the fucking blocking this motherfucker on YouTube? For sure. Facts, killer. He definitely got exposed. Yeah, bro. When you come up and you give us when you gain subscribers, bro, it's not always 100 or by the hundreds. It's never. I mean, that's just common sense. Like, that's the first step. I was like, hold on. Let me go look at mine and see if I'm gaining them by even numbers and shit. Nope, not the case. Yeah, he's fucking buying subscribers, bro. That's nuts. Because here you see 2,800, 100, that's $6. But then you got this month here where they just decided nobody wanted to come over and give you a fucking sub, right? Nobody. Oh, but then the next month you got 300, 700, 100, 0. Now he does have people over there or cash apping him. I'll give him that. Yeah, last month you had 100 subs. Yeah, that's because you were going a little bit nuts, wasn't you? It was before the trial started. Yeah, I remember that month, Jack. You probably only had $6 for it. But that's crazy. That's crazy. What is he on Instagram? You got anybody know his Instagram channel? I don't know it. I'll tag him though. All right, man. I fucking love y'all, man. We know something over here. There's 27 people in this goddamn chat, bud. That's a fact. So rest assured, y'all, ain't no motherfucking sub buying over here. No. I think I kicked your ass on YouTube, Jack. Wouldn't that be an ass kicking? If I can keep the same amount as he has with all those bought subscribers. Damn, you shouldn't got your subscribers from somewhere else because they're not paying off. They're just sitting there. That's where it starts to not look good. Like they were saying, it looks good for your channel. No, not really. Like you got 66,000 subs, but only fucking 50 people talking. I think you're bamboozling those 50 people, Jack, and it's not cool, bro. I think you should look at something else.
Pop me, my nigga. This what we doing? This why I gotta see you all day?
That's what we doing? That's what we doing. This nigga been following me all day, y'all. Let's see if we see him again. All day. We was, how far was we? Where was we at? I'm not deleting. We live, nigga. I got 50,000 online, nigga. We live, nigga.
Jack calls us stalkers, but
are we gonna do what we gonna do? Hold on, let's put the. Y'all been waiting to see me fight. I'm telling you, I practice all the time. Hold on.
This content is easy on him, y'all. This is easy.
1,000 deep.
He's low hanging fruit, bro.
What you wanna do? Let's go. Y'all been waiting to see this shit, my nigga. Y'all been waiting to see this shit. Let's go. Y'all been waiting. What's good? I'm really with that smoke, my nigga. My shit is hot. It's hot? Let's go.
Yo, he lying, bro. He don't want to fight.
He trying to pull something out.
I know.
Hold on. Just wait.
You don't want to do that.
Just wait it out.
Let's wait for what he's following me, my nigga.
He ain't following you, bro.
Oh, so now you gonna jump?
I ain't jumping you.
Lost every subscriber. What are you doing?
Y'all want to watch your mans get fucked up? Look, your mans about to get fucked up.
All I said was delete me, right? Huh? Did I just say delete me off your shit? Huh? Hold on, let me get up. Let me get up.
Look at him. Look at him. That's enough.
Huh?
That's enough.
I'll fucking kill you, nigga.
That's enough.
Huh?
That's enough.
Huh?
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
You off my pig.
On YouTube.
Yo, let go. Don't hit him.
That's it.
This video, Jack Frost.
Look, I told y'all.
Found it on YouTube.
You really think someone would do that? Just go on the internet and tell lies?
You win, bro.
Go ahead.
Out of here.
Fuck with y'all, man. Shout out to him up with the check. Jack changed your life. Man, go get the merch. Not the fucking TV. Easy money.
I don't want to work anymore